Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rains. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do.
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just super nervous.
that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold ya, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for ya. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rains. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do.
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep
super nervous.
that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold ya, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for ya. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rains. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do.
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep
super nervous.
that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold ya, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for ya. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So, look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rains. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. I got, man, let's switch that.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that
sick of
going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold ya, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for ya. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. That's, whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. Well, it's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So, look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rains. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter but I'm anti-social. Love my city but I'm still bi-coastal. I got, man, let's switch that.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just sick of
that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold ya, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for ya. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. That's, whew. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. Well, it's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So, look, y'all done messed up and turned me. I'ma just chill and watch them and eat snacks in the attic. I wanted to chill with the pack and be like a young wolf, but then they would mistake me for addict. If I can imagine it's cool to give you some advice, then invite your girl to your squadron. Cause if you don't give her that option, you gon' be single player like Sovereign. You gon' get tossed in the bushes by King David. Royalty and not a pretender. Detrimental to an elemental, what's an avatar to a knee bender? I gotta be me though. I know it's my destiny, word to Carnito. Who cares if you fly, if you still a mosquito? You swear you ain't stunting, but really be Steve-O. You like to collect stuff and that's cool, but I got bad news. Even if you really was that dude, King David still be the king of the statues. Since a juvenile, I've been cursed with a curse to be musical. And if you hate it, we'll meet in the crucible. Other than that, then it's cool and it's beautiful. We let you know that your dreams are pursuable. Whatever you wanna do, then it's doable. If you got work on a Sunday, it's suitable. Cause you can listen to this in your cubicle on the Lord's Day. Woo. If you got work on a Sunday, it's suitable. Cause you can listen to this in your cubicle on the Lord's Day.
Very unprofessional. Food in the mouth. Pause. Mics were hot.
So you saying something's in your mouth?
Of course.
Yeah.
Mouth was full.
Jesus.
Mouth was full. You don't want to get caught out there with your mouth full.
Your mouth is full.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I got
Well,
caught.
why are you being that open with your situation?
I got caught out there, man.
Yeah.
I got caught out there. Hold on a second. Let's fix things up. Professional podcasting. Get a mic check right quick. Addict.
Hello.
All right, you're doing boom.
Yeah,
You Metro
yeah,
boom.
yeah. Yes, Iron Rook. I'm breaking my no soda today. I'm exhausted.
Which we got the Baja Blast? You Baja blasted?
No, it's just a regular Mountain Dew because I know for a fact he's gonna watch and send me a message.
Oh, you already
I
know.
ain't drunk a soda in like 4 days.
Yeah,
Today,
man.
yo, Mike is.
He
I
4
got
days
whack mic
sober.
on, right?
Yeah, you got the whack man.
You got the whack
I got
mic
whack
on.
mic on.
You
Hold
gotta
on,
leave and
hold
come back?
No, I just gotta turn it off and turn it back on.
All right, no doubt. Do your thing. Do your thing. Gotta wait
In the
for that.
meantime, I have whack mic going.
Whack mic going. Whack mic check. No doubt, no doubt. All right, let's make sure I didn't miss any super chats. I did not check. We're coming in super hot today. Today's crazy.
No, we're good.
None, everything cool. Hold on.
Yeah, we're good. Oh, we got Dawn to talk with the $2 super chat. ILP fighting with Xbox 2 to be the last Xbox podcast. We are not an Xbox podcast, but
We tried to. We distanced ourselves quick.
Rand can have that. That's fine.
Shout out to Jez. You see Jez's tweet? He was like, being Rand holding it down. The very last. You know what I'm saying? Look, man. Yeah, shout out to
Rest in peace, Xbox Era.
don't do no rest in peace. That's
Rest in peace, Xbox Era. No, they're day one now. They're not Xbox Era anymore.
No, I know, but don't say
it's
rest in peace like
rest in
it's
peace.
a death in the family, like somebody truly passed away. Shout out to Rest by there now. Day one. Yeah, shout out to
Get
them.
some hashtag rest in peace Xbox Eras in the chat.
We're not doing that.
And I'm doing that.
Shout out to John. Shout out to Special Day.
It's no shot at them. They put their own brand down and rebranded. So I'm saying rest in peace
So
to
we
the
gotta
old
say
brand.
shout out to the rebrand. That's what professionals do. We don't say
Shout out to the
I never said I was
shout out to the
professional.
death of your brand.
No, I didn't say shout out. I said rest in peace.
Oh my, yo, you do it too much. You do it more. And your mic's too, just a tad hot, by the way. So just a tad hot, But Sav, have you switched over to the joint?
Yes, he is.
I have. Have I not?
I'm trying to stall for.
All right,
more
is that
food.
better?
I'm trying to stall for more food.
Is that better?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. Because what it is when you get into it, it breaks the HP might go crazy. It can't handle it. All right, no doubt. We are almost live with Sav. I just mic checked a little too early because I was hoping he could stall and I can get more food. All right. Anyway, hear ye. And we are live and welcome to the Iron Lords Podcast, LLC, and lordsofgaming.net. At episode number 433. Another glorious Sunday. We're back at the round table on the Lord's Day. And today, we've got that breaking news added by Jez Cornyn, AMD confirming Xbox Magnus in 2027, potentially. We got Horizon Hunters Gathering. More discussed there. Steam Machine delayed. And Dragon's Quest VII reimagined to discuss. So we're going to get right into it. So let's introduce... we are missing one. We are missing love. Send some love. Seriously, though. Send some love to the king, y'all. He was all set to go. We did an amazing Lords After Dark with him on Friday night. Two back to back. Oh, I cannot wait for these two to come out. Fire.
Yeah, we finally debuted our publisher of the Lords.
So
essentially how it's going to work is every Lord was responsible for that. We are publishing arm now, and we have to pick one game, kind of like a fantasy draft of the industry in games, and we all pick one game, and at the end of the year, whoever's the publisher of the year with the Lords, they win.
Well, we picked 5 games. It's five
games.
Yeah.
No, we all pick one game. Like, yeah, you're right. 5 games. Yes, King got GTA 6. That's all I'm saying. But
So basically we pick a draft order. So think of it like a fantasy draft. Each Lord, we had to first pick the order of the draft. Who goes first? Who gets the first pick? Who gets the second pick? So on and so forth. And then after that, we got 5 draft picks, and these are games that are in 2026, right? That we hope come out, and then we're doing the Metacritic score. So the game comes out, it has to drop in the year that you predict, and it got a rate high. So it gets dicey because if someone delay their game, you screw it out of your aggregate. You know what I'm saying?
Now you can swap that out once you realize it. But again, the pickings are slim by that point.
And we were very fair with it because let's be honest, like we regularly play games early. So normally most people don't get the game a month before it comes out. Very rare do you see that. Most of the time it's like anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks. So a month before our games come out, we have to switch out because we all get one substitute. And if you don't do it before that month hits of that day, you're locked into that game.
Exactly. So it gets hot and heavy. It was so competitive. King was beastie. Saul was beastie to both of us.
I took multiple of Saul's picks.
Yeah, and I did one thing that really upset Attic that they tried to do a vote. They tried to shut me down. And we ain't gonna say that. But look, we got 2 in the tuck. They're gonna be coming out on, like I said, Lords After Dark on the Insider Gaming app. We got some fun stuff cooking, man.
So let me ask the realm.
Here we go.
I'm not gonna tell you the game. But there's a game I'm playing for review right now that I told Cog is good. I'm enjoying it. And he picked it for one of the games. Do you think that's fair, chat? That he had inside information and picked the game that I told him was fun? I don't think that should have been allowed. But I was outvoted because we run a democracy, we're not a dictatorship.
So, what are your thoughts on this? Our inside baseball knowledge being utilized to influence our draft picks from who's the Lord publisher.
My thing is this: I mean, Attic could be wrong, and it comes out, and the masses are like 65.
Exactly, and he like, I don't care what they say. That joint fire, and I go with this. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I get it. I get what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's wrong. It's just one of those situations where we got to utilize our inside baseball sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
There was even a debate about utilizing games that are already there'd been a couple games that launched already this year, right? There was a debate about that. Like, obviously you already know what the Metacritic score of the game is, right? So. So we wound up not doing that. Not doing that. I know we were a little bit late this year doing this, but
it was fun. A shout out to Attic, man, for coming up with this as well and helping us put it together. It was super fun.
The winner is ultimately determined by the aggregate score, right? The mean score of the 5.
Shout out to our man Hodge. Artist, y'all know him from Games Over Plastic podcast, but also y'all know him for anybody, my LSM fam that's in the chat, Last Stand Media fam that's in the chat. He's the one that does the artwork for me and Maddie when it comes to our fantasy draft. He does the stuff for Colin in terms of Sacred Symbols drafting. So he's gonna have it all set up, and we're gonna track it through the year. We're gonna be putting up more toys, so it's gonna have our. By the way, we got funny team names. I ain't gonna spoil it. Yeah. Our draft team names are wild. They're definitely After Dark names.
They said King got a glizzy overdose.
But yeah, we even speak. Okay, so look, man, send him some love, y'all. Seriously, like he was
not feeling good today
at all. He hit us very last minute, and he was just like, "Look, guys, like I'm going through it."
15 minutes
and for him, I know he's not feeling well. So send him some love, shoot him a message. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, there's flu and all the stuff going around. We just hope he's all right. But yeah, man, it was dope to at least we got those in on Friday, man. But yeah, check out that we have 2 episodes cooking. But when that Lord publisher come out, it's gonna be crazy. You already know.
And what we'll do is like every time one of those games comes out, we'll do a reconvene.
Right. And then the funny thing is, what's gonna be funny about it, y'all, is when a game gets officially delayed from someone's people gonna go through it.
Gonna be sick.
You're gonna be sick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay.
And we can trade with each other too. I forgot to mention that. If both lords agree, we could trade. And I was even thinking, I was like, you know what? These bend the knees seem like they could use a little bit more
a little spice
to it. A little spice, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, lose King. I'm gonna need that GTA 6 up off of you.
We was all tight. We gonna spoil that one. Yeah, we was all tight. King got #1 pick. Immediately went to GTA 6. I was like, yo, he's a savage. So he's definitely got Rockstar in the building. Let's get on one of the super chats and then we'll start these
so we already got Don Otaku, and we got Mofo T-Rex 93 $5 super chat. Mofo Dingers for my fantasy baseball team. Have a great Lord's Super Bowl Sunday. That's light work compared to some of the names.
Some of the names we got. Woo! Wait till y'all see them team names for Lord Publisher. You already know, but we still got those rest of the gaming nights of the realm here at the round table. My co-host with the co-most, my brother from another mother, the difficult game conqueror, Lord of the Spin Clap, and the How of the Young Wolf. My man, Lord Attic, back to back. How we doing?
Doing pretty good. I think I'm going to start streaming Final Fantasy VIII this week. I want to start making, because I do like 2 different types of shorts, like one on news, and then I do like one on like specific games and like things that I like or don't like on specific games. And I have a couple things I want to talk about Final Fantasy VIII, but I ain't played it in probably 3 or 4 years, so might have to replay that game again. So we're gonna go through that.
Okay.
You know, there will be some form of today. Going to tell you guys my in detailed experience on Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. I did beat the game. At this point, I'm almost 80 hours in.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm trying to beat there's like this little tournament thing at the end, and I'm just getting my ass beat. But so there's a lot of stuff going on.
Okay. Lydia Master said he just recently finished Final Fantasy VIII himself. A lot of Final Fantasy going on right now. Respect
yeah,
it.
Final Fantasy VIII. A lot of people give it a lot of flack because there's like a huge love story in it. But it's like there's been a love story in almost every Final Fantasy you can really think of. 10 had one, 8 had one. I mean, 7 kind of did and kind of didn't. Like Cloud was kind of being a player and messing around with everyone. So you know, even 16, you know, there's some form of like love interest in 16. I will say 8 was really extra about it though. Like, there was whole storylines dedicated to Squall and I think Riona. I probably butchered her name, but yeah, like there was definitely a huge focus. But then again, Final Fantasy X is, you know, considered one of the best Final Fantasies, and Titus and Yuna. Oh yeah, you can't get much more of a love interest than those two. So
he said no hate on Final Fantasy. All right, we got you, Mr. Genesis. We got you. So we want to get a Face up in there. He ready for smoke. He ready to talk right now.
Face 23 BKNY, $2 super chat. Thoughts from panel on PlayStation Q3 financials.
See, Face is ready. Face is ready. So we want to save that for later because that was part of King's topic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it was. It was King's topic.
It was literally part of it. It was a 2-part.
You
know
don't
what's funny?
say.
I was even thinking about just scrapping that topic, but it is what it is at this point.
You scrapping that topic?
I don't care about any of their financials. When have you ever seen me talk about
you want that smoke?
we have realized that I am not scared to smoke. I avoid it, but I am not scared to smoke.
No doubt. Face, we got you. We will discuss, like I said, that's definitely King's topic. And we also we did the double dip. Oh, shout out to the person who said, y'all scared to put him in the title. Bro, it couldn't fit.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes in that title and the thumbnail.
Yo, I love when dudes be so ready to pop off and they see the title of ILP preview before it happens and be like, see how they dodging the phase, dog?
Yeah.
They don't want no smoke. They dipping. You know? So yes, we will discuss. That's part of the Horizon. What is it? Gathering.
Yeah, and see, the thing is like me and Cog actually talked about it. If you want to blame someone, blame me, because I told Cog it was probably best because we were discussing on what to use as the topic.
Facts.
Either focus it on the game or focus it on the finances. And to me, more people probably care about the game, and then we can talk about the finances with it. Like, regardless what we chose, both were being talked about in that topic.
No doubt. Shout out. He said the Black Rock on life support, Lord Car. It's funny you say that, Tony Tirebridge. Again, you're going to want to listen to Lords After Dark. We cooked up a crazy Obsidian episode, State of Obsidian with that. We get into that for sure. But we ain't on life support. We just, we figuring things out. We remixing our finances over there with Obsidian and the Black Rock. But anyway.
I don't think they're on life support. I think it's one of those things where it's like, if their games would have flop Metacritic wise and sales wise, we'd probably be having a different conversation.
If more people would have known those games existed, then maybe.
But Xbox.
Are you implying that the Game Pass marketing is not to your satisfaction, sir?
I'm applying that everything isn't like the marketing in general on those games wasn't good. Game Pass or not.
Also, I mean, also we're kind of cooked anyway because, a 7.5 or an 8 is whack now. It's
that
trash.
goes trash.
That's
Oh, my
a
God.
trash game now.
There's no nuance.
We're done.
If you're an 8, you're just a failure. What the hell? Anyway, they're coming for you. Go Limitless is coming for you, Attic. I'm gonna start some trouble. No king today, so now Attic gets the doom and gloom for the Muster Hearts unchecked. What do you got to say for yourself?
Damn straight.
Damn straight.
Anyway, so some love to King, man. What else we got? We got Blind Gamer. What else we got?
Let me see. We got Keezy Boo Boo, £5 per chat. What happens if the game you pick gets a meta score of 6, 7? And then what happens also? Hashtag Mr. Poo Poo Cow.
Let me ask you guys a question. What is that Metacritic before you start side-eyeing it? What's that number that you see before you start like, maybe I need to look at some more stuff before I buy this game? Because I'm looking at anything like 6 is when I really start like hyper focusing.
Right.
Maybe I should wait for a sell. 7 and higher. 7 is like I'm a see how like people I know that I trust feel. And pretty much 8 and above, I'll buy anything at 8 and above that looks interesting. But a 6 and a 7, I will. I'll look up a YouTube video. Like, what's
When I see
think?
if I see mid 60s, I'm just like, ooh. Like I'm a chill, but let y'all tell me how that go. It's some 7. I still rock it if I love the genre and I like what they're trying to do.
Like 7, I feel is that in that spot where I disagreed with the media on so many 7s.
Yes.
Yeah, for me, it's still like
if something's a 7, it does overwhelmingly scream. The whole industry felt that was kind of like an average game. So I am a little bit more on the let me at least look thing on 7s. I ain't gonna be real with you. I don't really be playing 6s like that.
So.
I bought Mind's Eye. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
You was a
bought
real one.
Mind's Eye?
You was a
Of course
real
I did.
one. You a real one.
I bought it when it was still when there was doom and gloom about why people weren't talking about it. So the scores weren't out yet, right?
Oh, okay.
He was trying to have the peaky out situation. Well, actually,
but I know me. I would have bought it anyway just to see the way freaking like the way Gene like platinum did. I think he platinum did or whatever. Like. That's that, and I think Colin did as well. Like that's me. Like I want to see what the train wreck is. If that is the case.
Facts. Now there's situations like that. Okay.
I use Metacritic as like a research tool. Like because if something's a 9 or above. That's why so many people hyper focus on 9 or above. Because the whole industry came together and said this game's lit. Like, there's very few games that get in that high 8, early 9s that doesn't end up being like a game of the year contender kind of thing. It's because at that point, even to get in the 9s, the majority of the industry have to think your game's a 9 or above. Yeah, because all it takes is a couple like 7s and 6s, and bam, that's down to like mid 8s. Like,
it go crazy, man. Now that's a real one. No doubt. Any other ones, super chat?
We have Blind Giant 808, $5 super chat. Shout out to the Lords. Perfect pod to watch on this cold, rainy morning in Hawaii. Don't talk about. I don't care what it's like in Hawaii. You're in Hawaii. You're in Hawaii,
bro.
Keep up the great content.
What is it? A smooth 5 degrees right now. What is it?
With zero at wind chill, maybe
chill, crazy.
-1.
The pipes is freezing up, and for the hot water, it was crazy, man.
Yeah, there's no good. He said also a 49er fan, so go Patriots.
Hey, I ain't go for 49er fans fraud today. They got their Patriots. Somebody was like, yo, it's not cool to do the Patriots because they're going to have all the Super Bowls. I said, look, man, they are not a direct competitor to us. They're AFC, and
you know
I'm
what's
hating.
Funny? People talk, because I remember one time, people say, console warring's bad. But I've seen so many, 10 times worse. Like, bro, just think about it. You guys, your people ain't even in that game.
Facts.
And you watching the hate.
No, dudes. It's official. Like that comes with sports. It is the most fanboy. It's the epitome of it. So it's like, for sure.
And it's not saying one thing's good or bad. It's just like, let's stop acting like people that console war. Well, you shouldn't be console warring at this point at all. But people that used to console war on the day to day, let's stop acting like because people really try to tell me that sports is different. No, it's worse. I saw someone because they didn't get a field goal, he threw like a big weight through his TV.
Oh no, it's real. It's real.
I ain't never come close to throwing anything at my TV playing games.
Dudes be threatening players. It go
Yeah,
crazy.
people will lose their damn mind. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And like me and Sav come from the era of like I'm thinking about when the Mets. Remember when Bill Buckner he did the
Oh
thing?
my God!
Could you imagine being
Buckner.
Bill Buckner in today's climate with
Bro, and I'll tell you this: I always felt so horrible for Bill Buckner because that was all right. That happened, right? There was so many opportunities they had to win that game before that moment that putting it on Buckner was absolutely ridiculous. I was I was happy when they fought when after they won and they brought him back. He was so emotional over that.
You felt the suffering in him.
The suffering for years. People blamed this man over one play when they had 5 or 6 or more opportunities to win that series, and it didn't happen. That was man. I mean, if I were him, I would have been kind of bitter about it anyway. Yeah. But I again, I don't know. People grow up, I guess. But that,
I would agree with that. I think sports console warring is worse. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just the level of scrutiny is just crazy.
Like clips of sports bars, like people getting severely hurt.
Oh yeah, it go down.
At sports bars.
We fuck again. Soft Yankee fan, like he know how it go. If you was a Boston fan and you pulled up in Yankee Stadium back in the day with the jerk, like it's up, and vice versa. If you go to certain towns with the opposing drip, it's up.
Oh, bro,
you know what I'm saying?
I've been to Fenway with Yankee stuff on, man. It's not. It ain't pretty.
Bro, I went to Met stuff.
Pretty.
It ain't pretty. I went to Philly with Met stuff on. It's real.
It's real. It's real. And the thing is, they're so used to it that it's kind of okay. Like they know, you know that's what happens when these two teams get together. So it's not like you're walking in there and they're immediately going for you, but you already know what kind of environment you're walking into.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And that's like the biggest issue I have with the whole matter. It's like, look, let's stop villainizing one, but ignoring the other.
No, facts. Definitely can't do that. So what else we got? Super chats coming in quick. So
let me see. We have.
I see it,
yeah. Let me see. Face 23 became $2 super chat. Panel's thoughts on Xbox era rebranding.
All right, let's get to it.
I think it's the right move for them because it's like, look, like regardless how you feel, no one makes kind of content like that dedicated to a publisher. We don't know the future of the hardware. I don't even think Microsoft knows the future of the hardware. So that's why I said rest in peace Xbox era, because it's best to bet on yourself and not another brand on yourself. So I would have picked a different name. I don't know. Day one doesn't come off the tongue as well, but it's not my brand, but I'm sure they got a ring to it, and that's why they liked it. I don't think like the name, it's the content and the people that mean more than the name. But I'm for the decision. I think that it's best to do it now than do it when the building came down. So
no doubt. Soft thoughts on the rebrand Xbox era?
Yeah, man. Do what you got to do, man. Like it's hard enough out here to survive as a brand and be able to build something that obviously that generates cash flow and also allows you to talk about the things that you want to talk about and you love talking about. So again, it's always you always make a bet when you focus your channel around specific content, right? You always make that bet.
Facts.
And again, it is that thing of like, hey, you have to kind of go where the conversation's going. At the end of the day, there'll still be plenty of Xbox related stuff to talk about. But they made the choice to sort of, again, what's the rebrand? Day one?
Day one, yeah.
Day one, yeah. So hey, why not, man? I don't begrudge anybody for having looking inward and being like, hey, how do we move forward and are able to survive? So
yeah, that's two things.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them. Yeah, again, shout out to them. I want to shout out the Xbox era personally. They've always shown ILP and me specifically love when we first started. They've been around, and see this thing go viral was actually surprising to me. That I was like, wow, this is picking up trending outside of just the normal, within the Xbox community kind of thing. This became more of a, and I forget from a journalistic standpoint, they've been there for a while. They were before, because remember I think they were before Tick.
Yeah.
like
trending.
Yeah, man. So shout out to those guys. Oh, shout out to John Sickerman-Keiko. Always funny, always good luck. Shout out to Special Nick. Always cool. Always, he's been on obviously ILP before. Jesse and those guys. And then shout out to Woeful. He was original. And I think they were one of the early ones to kind of have like Phil and stuff and on and stuff like that. So yeah, as far as the rebranding stuff, look, one, me and Attic has always said this: you have to do what you're passionate about. If you're not doing what you're passionate about, it don't make no sense. When we started, we was a Destiny podcast, us Iron Lords, right? So we had our association that, but we was able to say, you know what, we're going to talk about everything else. So as far as what a company is doing or not doing,
thankfully picked a name
that is very
on anything.
Yeah, so we lucked out in that sense. You know what I'm saying? But I get it.
I couldn't imagine what it was like to have to like navigate through that. That would have been a nightmare.
Yeah, could you imagine if we were just like the Destiny podcast? Destiny, blah, blah, blah podcast, right? We in trouble.
right. Because you're banking on, Bungie did give you 10 years worth of Destiny.
True,
right?
true.
They
Facts,
really
facts,
did.
Facts.
But, to be honest, like they gave you plenty to talk about over 10 years.
Oh, yeah. That's a beautiful thing about Destiny. Yeah. So,
shout out to the last word.
Shout out to the last word. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could make the parallel for Xbox in a sense that, like, regardless of what they do give you a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not. That's actually a classic Destiny, whether we wanted it or not. Remember my man Lance Reddick? But no, shout out to them, man. They got to do what's best. And I'm never going to judge anybody, you know what I'm saying, who obviously, this is a business. You got to do what's best for your business, man. So I'm shooting for them. I'm giving them a shout out, see what day one go.
Long term. It's like, look, you don't know anything about the future, but you do know one thing is like right now, the Xbox as like a talking point is kind of on the decline. Because like right now, they're making more games than they've ever made. But I can tell you from one perspective to another, the environment is definitely not where it used to be.
Oh, for sure.
Like
for sure.
Online infrastructure, how kind of traffic that the brand gets. Because, like I said,
engagement.
There's not. No one makes videos about just a publisher.
Facts.
So
no one's got the Ubisoft podcast, the EA podcast. They just in this weird situation where they happen to have a console too.
Yeah, you got to look at it from the perspective of if we continue doing this, we have to make the brands make sense long term.
Right. Yeah, you got to do what you do. What else we got? Super chats.
Let me see.
Someone said we did.
We missed
$2 super chat from Great
Mongoose.
What
Horizon AI.
We will discuss. We will discuss.
What are you talking about?
We will discuss.
Let me see that we have Mofo T-Rex $5 super chat. I rate my games like I rate the ladies. Anything 6 and below, stay away.
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
My goodness. Then we got ILP family. Requeno $10 super chat. ILP West Coast for sure, my brother.
For sure, bro. This a real one, man. Like, you already know I'm pulling up to the town. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be out there for dice. And the bro, I hit him. He was like, yo, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting some red carpet treatment from the homie. It's going to be good to see you. We haven't built since E3 days and LA days. And bro, I'm really excited. You know what I'm saying? So anyone is out there, I'll be out there for dice next week. And I'll be in the town in Vegas, man. My man Requeno in the building. Looking forward to seeing you, bro. We're going to talk some Niners. We're going to do a podcast on the spot. How we rebuild it. Anyway, we all caught up?
Yes, sir. We're caught up.
All right. And of course, waiting patiently, our most technical gaming lord.
As always. What's the difference? What's new?
What's new? The solo game lives with the single player selfish experience and also the Sostradamus. Ooh. You got to throw some king on that. Facts.
That sounds nasty.
I think that sound. You want to throw no king on that?
Because I cracked a little bit. Like,
ooh. Yeah, I like how he oohed. The Lord of Clarity, Messiah, and Lord Patreon of the Iron Bank. PC Master Races. Oh, Lord Sovereign. How we doing, sir?
I am good. I'm good until I get pictures of ruptured pipes and stuff like that. Because it's been really cold the past couple of days, and so far things have been all right. All right. So we'll see.
Hopefully.
We'll see. But yeah, this is usually a bad time unless you're just sitting there like babysitting pipes, making sure that things don't pause burst. But apart from that, yeah, of course, I didn't play any games. But actually, no, that's a lie.
What you play?
So I don't know how many of you know about the Styx games, Styx, right? Styx Master, it's Styx Master of Shadows. Okay, so Styx, this is again, this is why nobody
Gotta
knows
be
about
careful. You gotta be careful out here, man. You playing stick-based games with grown men.
So the Styx games are
Gotta be
stealth
keeping
games.
your-
Yeah, that's a
They
kick
are
for us.
stealth games that
Okay.
started coming out during like the Xbox One, PS4 generation, right? And I kind of didn't pay them that much mind because early in those generations, I still assumed that we'd be getting stealth games for, it's been now, 15 years on. And the stealth genre, apart from a couple of things here and there, obviously Dishonored 2 and things like that, we haven't really gotten what I wanted out of the stealth genre. Definitely no Splinter Cell, right? So I didn't pay these much mind because they felt like we're just talking about, 6 and 7s.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't need to play these. I'm going to get high quality stuff. I don't really need to play these. So I kind of let them kind of fall by the wayside. And this upcoming week, this series is getting its third game. So this is something that is good enough to warrant 3 games. And actually, it's actually 4 games in the series because the Styx game, the first one, Master of Shadows, is a prequel to an action RPG that came out in 2012. Something of Orcs and Men, I think it was called, or something like that. So it is like the second game in this universe that was created by Cyanide Games. And I'll be honest, man, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. I'm not a big fan of the protagonist because he's like this little goblin, this little cursing
big
goblin.
face looking.
He's not what you consider your leading man type, whatever.
Yeah,
right?
I'm looking at the character right now. Go ahead.
But the mechanics in the game, the stealth mechanics overall, the sort of additional sort of magic that you get in the game, and the tools at your disposal that they've continued to improve upon, and I hope they continue to improve upon in this upcoming game that comes out next week, is like it warrants taking a look at it if you're into stealth games, because they are very good and very competent. And that's something that we haven't gotten a whole lot of.
Facts.
So coming back to these games, voice acting is a little, you can take it or leave it. He's kind of funny because he's sarcastic and he's cursing all the time. Some of the lines are delivered very stiff, very but again, these are early Xbox, One PS4 games, 2014. Okay. The second one, I forgot when it came out, and then you got the third one coming out next week. So we'll see. I want to see kind of the progression from game to game, right? But yeah, I mean, it's worth a look if you're a stealth fan and you're kind of like me, that you're like, I guess I'm gonna go play Chaos Theory again. I'm gonna play Blacklist again or something like that.
Stealth genre.
Worth taking a look at if you have, especially if you haven't taking a look at any of the games in the series, it's worth taking a look at. So yeah, Styx Master of Shadows. The second one is called something. Let me see. What are they called? Well, anyway, the
developer is Cyanide.
Cyanide.
Yeah. Okay. Of Orcs and Men. No.
Then we have Shards of Darkness is the second one, 2017, and then Blades of Greed is the one that comes out next week.
Yeah, Saul hits me up, was like, "Can we get this game?" And I looked at it, I was like, I've never even heard of this game. I don't know who to talk to. So I had to find emos and stuff.
It was also one of those games that when it came out, it was Unreal Engine 3, right? So I wanted to see all Unreal Engine games to see what they kind of ran like, and it looked like. I don't remember how it ran back then, to be honest with you, but I'm playing it on PC now, and it's a dream. Doesn't have a lot of options, but you don't really need it.
Yeah, because it's just off the vert naturally. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
No doubt. And of course, we have the gaming legend himself, the Shinobi, Lord Cognito, spread that realness around the ILP. I'm telling you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear, man. Shout out to Fine Dude, shout out to Maddie. We did episode talking also Obsidian and everything that's going on them and that Jason Schreier article. And for us, like I said, we got a super bonus treat, man. Again, y'all guys got to get down with this Lords After Dark, man. I'm telling you, on the Insider Gaming app, on your Google Play, and obviously on your Apple Store. we got stuff cooking, man. The next 2 episodes, I'm telling you, some of our best content. One of them will be the state of Obsidian. We really had fun stuff there. King had some hilarious analogies with relationships you want to talk about. That was fun there. We got some stuff cooking there. And obviously we talked about the Lord publisher, where each Lord is a publisher for the year. And we pick our developer studios. We battle it out to the death. Shout out to our man Hodge. You're going to get the graphics going for y'all. It's going to be super lit, man. As far as what I'm playing, is Lord After Dark on Spotify, Tony? No, it is not. But right now, we on Google. We are on the Apple Store, so on your phones. And it's video. It's also, like I said, we got the video popping. We're working on more avenues with Tom Henderson and the crew and Insider Gaming and stuff. But for now, this is where we at. Please support. A lot of fun there. As far as what I'm playing, I'm in my Final Fantasy bag. Like, you're in a good place. Like, when you like replaying Mass Effect, what are your favorite games of all time? I realized with Final Fantasy VII how much I love this game. I was like, I don't really replay games a lot. It takes a lot. When I'm done, I'm done. So it's like, and I did this already. I beat this on PlayStation 4 when it was out. They had one of the was it that E3 of Dreams when we first saw Final Fantasy VII like remake? We were like, yo, graphical glow up, let's go. So I beat it over there, and then like I said, now that it finally came to Xbox, this game that I've been wanting on the Xbox for so long, and then at the end of the day, I'm just like, I can't be a fraud. I gotta support. You know what I'm saying? Now that Square did what they supposed to do, and shout out, what's our man, Addict? What's our man, the director of the Final Fantasy VII? What's our man? He goes hard on
I don't
socials.
even try to.
Oh, I love him. Like, he is so appreciative that Switch players and Xbox players are actually, playing, supporting. And then for those who want to do the hardcore stuff, they got catch-up mechanics and stuff like that to put you to level, whatever the hell, and materials maxed up if you didn't already.
Naoki Hamaguchi.
Hamaguchi, bro. What a job. First of all, I've said it ad nauseum. The performance is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Wherever it is. But, yo, you know what I forgot, Addict? The Don Corneo wall stuff. Bro. What was we playing back then on PlayStation or the OG PS1? We was doing things.
Was it that grimy back then?
But it was doing it where Cloud had to do things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And put himself in a situation. But like, they have expounded. I didn't think they would go there. I thought that would be not suitable for work in this climate to make these scenes. And then what's your man, Addict?
Japan don't care.
Yeah, Andrea, and then you got to do the dance off and the dress and up.
Japan is very big on,
bruh.
They don't care.
Yes, and then the innuendos and Tifa and this one, but then they got the heartfelt moments. Obviously, without spoiling too much, with the Avalanche, some of the Avalanche members, I'm like, damn, that kind of hit me kind of hard. And then learning about Aerith and the ancients, and you know what I'm saying. And I'm just bro, I'm completely almost done with the Don Corneo stuff, doing all the side quests, everything there, and now we ready to attack that Shinra building, knock that stuff out, get to that second half of the game. But I'm loving it, man. It's just he said Lord Corneo. Yo, stupid. Maybe appearing in a certain set of bro, that scene when he was in the bed, like,
I think that should be a Road to Cologne costume for somebody.
Don't put Lord Corneo. Yo, that's crazy work.
Write that down.
Let's move on. I don't like Final Fantasy VII. Lord Corneo is nasty work. That is nasty work. You see how nasty that character looks?
He is disgusting. He just screams pedophile.
Yeah, bro. Everything about him look like
he screams like he's on a certain island.
Yeah, bro. He didn't even care once he found out who Cloud was with the mix around. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, nah, son. But it was so much fun. I loved it. The mini games, all that. Game's amazing. But yeah. Shout out to
$40. They got it for $40.
And now Rebirth is coming. And then now shout out to, I think they put it out. My prediction is coming true, so that they're catching everybody up, because people said they would never come to Xbox. But now they're catching everybody up, and then it looks like a simultaneous release for the third. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Square making the right decision, man. Let's go. But anyway, I've been rocking that, getting machine run, all that. And by the way, Team Aerith all day, every day. Tifa fans, Stan, I know she look good. I get it. but Team Aerith all day. We like the ditzy ancient. We like her. That's what we doing. Anyway, that's all I got. And just real quickly, yo, last call, y'all. Y'all know the golden challenge is there. Health is wealth. Advanced.gg. It is pinned to the chat. Use code IronLord30 to get 30% off. You ain't gonna get this much savings right now, and you're gonna get our partner page, get that Wolf's Bane named by Addict. This flavor is absolutely delicious. Go check it out. And again, if you don't like none of that, like Solve don't mess with none of that like energy stuff, you could get hydration. You know what I'm saying? Get your electrolytes on. You could get vitamins, Solve. You know what I'm saying? Get your boost
I gotta
on.
go to that stuff. For me, when it comes to energy, I'm a coffee man.
You're a coffee man, that's fine. No, but for guys like Saul, you don't want to go to advanced.gg, you know what I'm saying? Use code IronLord30. Get yourself advanced boost vitamins, get your multivitamins, get your turmeric. Also, if you're in the gym, get your whey protein on. You know what I'm saying? We got the whey protein in there. So I'm going to put the link in the description one more time so y'all could go get that. Because, yeah, man, we got our partner page. That's what I was going to say. We got our partner page. Go check it out. Here it is right now on advanced.gg. Again, today's the last day because it was Thursday through Sunday. You can get that, you know what I'm saying, right there. Hold on, they said Aerith is the best. Team Aerith. Okay, let me see. Lydia, man, Tifa hella juicy, but Aerith touches the facts. That's the real ones. No, you got Aerith, man. That's what it is. But anyway, he said, how about them bad boy vitamins? Did he go, hey, yo, you crazy? He said, did he home? What's up? What'd you say?
None.
Okay. Anyway, we are going good. Oh, facts. Tony knows what he said. Once I seen Aerith in that red dress before the Lord Kid, the Dark Audio joint. Bro, she killed that. No doubt.
She did.
No doubt.
We got 2 more super chats. We got Teddy P, $2 super chat. Ooh-wee, Squat Daddy in the island with Cloud.
It's nasty work.
That's real disgusting.
It's
Yeah.
nasty work. It's nasty work.
Dr. Strangelove, $2 super chat. Glad you're on Team Aerith Cog. We must stand strong.
I'm with you, bro. All day, every day. Right now, I gotta go rescue her. They got her in the Shinra building. I gotta go get her, man. You know what I'm saying? But Mama Love, she did her thing. She held down Marlene. We gonna go get her. No doubt. We caught up?
Yes, sir.
All right, no doubt. All right, we are here. So this is the first one. Actually, Addict, this is you, man. Square Enix in the building with another classic, man. Dragon's Quest VII Reimagined, the old school PlayStation classic. You know what I'm saying? It comes back to new players, and right now sitting pretty well. It's sitting about an 80, 83 on Metacritic. Doing really well. Also, want to shout out lordsofgaming.net. Check out our review up there, and we got shout out to my man Lord Flame. Amazing guys, amazing how-tos. Go to lordsofgaming.net right now and check it out, man. I've got a lot of coverage on this game, but I want to talk to Addict. This is one of your kind of introducing yourself to like a old school game that you never really played. So what's your feelings now on Dragon's Quest VII Reimagined?
It's been an interesting time. You know, like you said, I've never played these games, so I was always interested in trying them out. Especially Dragon Quest. Like I was always like the Final Fantasy fan, but I never. It's not that I had an issue with Dragon Quest. I just never had the opportunity to really play them. But you know, because they've been redoing them, and I feel like the best time for me to try this game out is now because they're redoing them. So I went ahead and you know, gave it a chance. You know, I did beat it. It did take me
how many hours?
Quite a bit of time. About, I'd say to beat the base game took me about 60, 65.
Okay.
I am closer to like 80 at this point. Because I've been doing a lot of the side stuff.
Oh, that's big for you. That's big for you. I mean, are the rewards good? Is it an incentivized story?
No, now I'm just trying to beat the boss stuff in it. And plus, I'm told that one of the first expansions is supposed to be bringing the bosses from the first couple games. So I'm kind of like interested in seeing how that goes. So yeah, like it's been a very interesting. You know, playing this game because like I love the art style, like because I feel like a lot of people are gonna have issues with it because it's like that cartoony stuff,
right?
But I like the way that they used it to bring it back to a modern audience because I didn't mind the first three, but I did feel this was a little bit different.
Now, the question, chat got some questions. Is this Tony Time? Is it a good Dragon Quest game to start off with? Because some people, and Andy Cruz, never played a Dragon Quest game. What's your feeling as someone completely new?
I guess talking about like the modern ones I've already played because I've played quite a bit of them at this point. I would say it's a decent one to start off with. I would say the pacing's a little off. So, that might catch you off guard a little bit, but I wouldn't say, the pacing's off for me because, some people like the story told them differently. So, I like get straight to the point. That's the type of story I like. I don't like, doing, you ain't going to tell me to do this, tell me to do that. Just tell me the story and that's it. Like, essentially, the story to this game, to not like ruin anything is you are in an area and you end up like exploring around yourself. So like for instance, that's what I'm looking for. Imagine the world that we live in, but it's only America. All the other like America and everywhere else. That's essentially how this game is. It's only your place, and then you find out that like all these other worlds have been engulfed by darkness. Then you have to figure out why, what happened, and they have a time travel mechanic to where you have to go stop it from happening. And then obviously, if you do something in the past, it's going to have cause and effect into the future. Right. So the whole point of the game is to figure out how this darkness happened, fix it, and then what will happen is it will bounce straight to your world. Gotcha. So then you find out why the worlds are in darkness, who put them there, what happened, and you find out like these wars that happened hundreds of years ago. Like, I don't mind that. Anything that's revolving the main story is good, but the problem I have with the game is when you go back and you look at like, what happened, and you do these like side missions. And they're not they're main story, but they disguise them as side missions. And you have to. A lot of the time, it's not just the drama of why they're in darkness. Like there's a lot of drama in the town, and it just feels like very tedious to like. Look, I don't care about your town's situation. Like I don't care. Like why? Who's causing issues? Tell me where that dude is. Like, so, that's probably like, because I felt like that kind of hurt the
pacing?
The pacing of the show.
Okay.
Like there was literally a part where I had to like fix a love story. Like,
you do relationships counseling?
Yeah, I had to do stuff like that. Now, that's cool. No, it's not I hate content. I want context that actually makes sense to what's going on. If I'm there to fix your overall issue, which is why your world's been consumed by darkness, I don't care about. And got to keep in mind, man, they're like 15, 20 worlds. Like, so it might be okay to do this 3 or 4 times, but we could do this like 15 times. So it gets like not all the stories are bad. Some of the stories are really, really depressing. Like, man,
get dark.
These people crazy. Like, there's a lot of good stories, but there's just some stories that I felt maybe like not even out of 15, maybe 4.
Okay, all right.
I was just like, this is
you could have done without that.
This is what I'm doing.
Yeah, you could have done without that. With those 4 critical to the main quest, although it is optional content.
To the main quest.
So you can't skip it.
Look, you can't skip any of that because the problem is you have to bring all these other continents back to the real world, and you have to solve all of their issues before you can do the find out like the true mastermind behind everything.
Got it.
I was told the Game Boy, because it was on the 3DS, apparently that had more worlds. So they cut down. So clearly the developers agreed with me because they cut down the worlds. So, it's not like that aspect was horrible. It's just for me particularly, like I get to the point where I'm so intrigued by the main story. That's why these other stories is just like, because it felt like a bunch of side stories that they made you do. Like imagine doing like a side story in a game, and you have to do that side story before you can do the main quest.
No, I get you.
And then imagine doing that 15 times.
No doubt. Shout out to Don. He said Dragon Quest 7 OG sometimes had people complain that it was some bloat with that. So I guess so you got that. I wanted to ask you two things because from my understanding, Saul, correct me if I'm wrong, the original Dragon Quest is done by the artwork is done by the legend, right? Akira Toriyama.
Yes.
And that stuff. So how did you feel about the art style here? Do you feel they pay homage? How you feel it? Because
I don't know how the original one looks to that degree because I never played it. Now it's like I said, even with my issues with the storyline a little bit with the pacing, the story was still good. It's just some of the pacing kind of like went up and down, and that's with a lot of games they have pacing issues. But besides that, I will say that the artwork is a little bit more cartoony than like the 1, 2, and 3 remakes. That they all had like very colorful, but I felt like this had like a lot more of a cartoony look than the other 3 that they've done. But I will say, like when it comes to this particular game, the 1, 2, and 3 in the battle, what they would do is they would go into first person when you attack. They went away from that. Now you're behind. The sprites, and they're not called sprites, but you're behind the characters. You actually see the actual fighting going on, which I love that. I think that is a well appreciated change. I don't like that first person stuff. Like I want to see the animations. I don't know if they like did that in the old days because they didn't like that cost money to like animate your character doing stuff. But I like seeing the character do stuff because. Like, what's the point of unlocking these abilities when it's just like the moment I click attack, you go into the like you're looking through their lens, and then you just like.
I mean, we see V and Saul grew up from that era where it's like we had. I won't say we had it bad, but like we were just happy to be there because like remember we played like games like Phantasy Star OG. And the monster would come on the screen, and it'd be like fight turn based, and all you see with the monster, and then you would just see a slash of Alyssa or Mayu. That's what we grew up for, and we was like, yay, because that's all we knew. Like you got it good in your era, Attic, where you got the character moving up and doing all that stuff. Yeah, good.
So they're doing that, which I appreciate. They really fixed that in terms of that.
Nice.
Artwork was good. I felt like the animations was good.
Nice.
Kind of really gave me some Blue Dragon vibes. So kind of like how you would expect Blue Dragon's like artwork to look. Yeah. Which I think he made that too. I think
Toriyama, legend.
I can't remember if he did or not, but regardless, whoever made that artwork was inspired by Toriyama. Yeah. But solid experience. I have to honestly say I really enjoyed Dragon Quest VII. Nice. Like I said, some of those side story things that happen to those towns. I had to like kind of like brute my way through some of those sides. But some of those stories are, man. At the end of some of those stories, I'm like, dude, how they living in this stuff?
like Expedition 33 type level?
It's in somewhat cases worse.
Wow. Okay. Say less. No, that's fine.
So I think the part that I was officially like, you got it was like the love story thing. I'm like, dude, you got to be kidding me. And what I love about this is, they did go. I know for a fact because I talked to one of my friends that played the original. They did do some key changes off of their fans' feedback. Yeah. So they did. I'm not going to go into these changes, but if you played the original one, you're going to like these changes because the first thing when I beat it, my friend's like, "Yo, you got to tell me this. You got to tell me this one
part how you feel
because I keep hearing through the grapevine they changed this one aspect of the game." And I was like, "You got to play the game to find out, man." I will say in terms of like someone that probably has already played this, you will like a lot of the changes they made. Now, there's going to be some you don't like. If you're a huge Dragon Quest VII fan, you're probably not going to like some of the decisions they made because they try to mainstream it a little bit more.
Right. Because I do want to add, shout out to Jason Schreier and stuff like that. He's a hardcore fan. And one of his criticisms was just that he felt like it was a lot of save points and like things to make it easier between them. Where I'm assuming the original ones didn't have that, and he just wanted a little bit more of a challenge. But I'm also seeing people push back on him and saying, no, this is fine. These are good quality of life changes. And by the way, you don't have to do that if you don't want to do it. If you want to keep it hardcore, so to speak. But what did you feel about that? With as far as the challenge, the level of challenge?
Dragon Quest I don't remember at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in the original, here's the thing.
Mhm.
All right. So let me boot this up. I forgot it. I have it on the Switch too. So
Gang,
I can
gang.
literally just-
He's playing on the Switch code. Yeah, that review code provided by Square Enix just for transparency.
Yes. It thank you for reminding me.
It did
Yes,
not
sir.
fall off the back of a bus.
Did it fall off the
somewhere,
back of the
truck.
bus? You just somehow got that?
Yeah, no, I was just so busy on like
Nah, you good, man. Shout
explaining
out to Square.
my. But I said it in the reviews and stuff. But,
Nah, good.
so like when you start a new adventure,
Mm-hmm. Someone
and
said
you
some people
click
with the
OK.
Yes.
I'm just putting A. Here's the thing, Jason Schreier.
Coming at Jason.
there is literally.
Hold on. Let's put in your screen because what you doing? Hold on. All right. Now it says once you clear up a little bit, back up a little bit, the focus is not helping us. But whatever. What does it say? This is accessibility, I'm assuming.
Play style, easy going, happy medium, tough going. They literally give you all of these options on how you want to play stuff. So it's just like, look, I played it on like the standard everything,
Okay.
but it's like you can control how much damage is dealt. Experience earned, so you can lower that. If you want
Okay. Oh,
less
I didn't know that.
experience.
Okay.
Proficiency earned. You can acquire. You can decide how much gold is acquired off of battles. You can decide and then you have like a custom one. So like you can literally go in here and be like, I want my monster strength to be strong. I want monster activity to monster attacks. Monsters don't
I didn't know this. I didn't know
Restore HP after battle. Jason.
Shit, don't come for the legend like that.
Optional.
Don't
You
come
can
for the legend
turn
like that.
off.
Respectful.
No, but it's like you can sit there and like I'm tired of people that play like. You rarely hear me talk about the difficulty of a game because guess what? I play it on normal every game unless it's like an Elden Ring. So I have zero. Like I cannot talk about the difficult of a game if I'm playing game on normal. That makes no sense. Now, if I play this on the hardest difficulty and I still think it's hard, then I could come out and say, "Yo, this is too easy." But if you're playing on the normal difficulty, I don't know what Jason playing it
I'm
on.
gonna ask you being slanderous, so we have to quote exactly what the man said, so it is defense.
Well,
let me just read this.
that-
Let me just read it, and then you can respond because you played it. He said, "I've been playing Dragon Quest VII Remake, and while it's lovely to look at, the lack of challenge is a problem. Dead party members revive after battles. There are healing statues before every boss, and you restore HP on level ups. Unlike Dragon Quest 1 through 3 HD, you can't toggle this off. No friction at all." Now, someone got at him like you and said, "Yo, Jason, there's difficulty settings. You can turn that all off." He says, "No, you can't." He said, somebody said,
He is
Jason.
right. There are some of those things you can't.
Right. He said, somebody said, Jason, at least the healing statues appear to be optional. He says, in that sense, you can just ignore them, but psychologically, it's hard to walk by a free fool here or not take it. And then he said,
I call you mean, psychologically? What you mean? There's a statue. You go up to it and press A or not A.
Okay. And then somebody asked Jason, is auto revive after battle an option or mandatory default? One of the biggest friction points in Dragons.
That is not optional.
Right. He said it's mandatory. So then they said there's no challenge modifiers. There are challenging modifiers, just no way to change the three things that he made. So it's just those three things. But he said he loves
feel
everything
it,
else.
But at the same time, it's just like how many games, especially turn-based, that happens to. There's a lot of them. And like we can discuss whether or not they should stay more to the original. And I feel like his opinions is definitely valid enough to it's like devs just make another toggle at the beginning.
Right.
That says
Fair enough.
revive or not. I feel like that's perfectly reasonable. Yeah. But to me, say the game's too easy, like, but he doesn't go in elaboration on anything. Like he talks about, but he talks about stuff that involves like the auto regeneration.
The auto revive seems to be a big
boss.
Yeah.
Like, did he say he played the game on anything that's hard?
He just said he wished these are options that you could just
everything
turn off.
He's saying you could do on the normal difficulty. Did he even try to play it on the hardest difficulty?
That I don't know. So that thought you may be true.
And people that play JRPGs, There is a statue before there's some form of save point, some form of everything before every damn boss.
True.
Every game is.
You're right.
You're playing Final Fantasy VII
Metaphor,
Remake.
a lot of these games.
Final
Persona.
Fantasy Original 7.
Yeah.
There's always a save point. There's always some form of anything before you fight a boss. Now, we can make the argument, should they have stayed to the original?
That's all I was going to say.
I didn't play that game, so I can't speak on that. But at the same time, every game.
Right, and you breaking your mic because you're yelling, which is funny. But but the thing is, you're right. But also, I gotta respect the OG who played the OGs and love it for, like, let's say if it was the souls of its time. Because again, I didn't play the original, and he like it just like that. And then the new Dark Souls come out, and they doing. I could understand how someone could be like, damn, you know. But to your point, you're like, hey, you don't have to do it well. But I get both sides. I get what you're like. I get it's fun though. Oh, your mic, your mic went out. You blew your mic. So I can't even hear you no more.
I take his criticism on the auto revive thing more than anything. Okay. You ain't gonna sit here and tell me there's statues before every boss. Well, just don't go to the statues. What do you mean don't go to the statues? Like, just don't go to the statues, Jason. It's that easy. If you think that's too easy, don't utilize the stuff they give you. Mm-hmm. Now, it'd be different if, like, there was like a door that is the boss that was closed, and the only way to open that sucker was to talk to the statue. Guess what, Jason? It's not. We're
gonna get Jason on this. It's too much Jason. We're gonna get Jason back on the realm, man. He got to defend himself. You go hard. You go hard for this.
Because that just doesn't make no sense to me. Like,
but he played the OG.
Come on,
you didn't even play the OG though. You gotta respect that though. Come on.
No, but I'm not talking about his takes of the OG. I said they're valid.
Okay.
I'm talking about his whack take that's saying you shouldn't put statues in a game that you can easily choose to go to or not. That just makes no sense to me. Saying they put something in a game that is optional that you could click on, and they say, well, they tempted me. Tempting you? If you don't like the statue, don't interact with it.
Oh my God, you go extra for the statue.
Now, as far as like the people dying on death, yes, I do feel that's genuine criticism. Yes, they could fix that. But as far as like saying they put a statue somewhere and it's too tempting to not go to it, but I'm going to go to Twitter and bitch that it's there. Like,
Jesus, let's focus on your review, sir. Continue. Let's turn it into something else.
No, I'm just not going to even talk about it. No, moving on from Jason.
Yes, please.
It just be don't making sense. Yeah, right there, Jason's opinions on the statues are whack though. Thank you. Like, it's just like, it don't be making sense. The math don't be mathing. But you know, the game's fun. I really enjoyed it. And now, like I said,
I leveled up. Good time. Good experience.
But I think the part that irritated me about the statue thing is every JRPG does that. Older JRPGs, modern JRPGs, they all have a scenario where before you fight a big boss, there's a save point. All of them. And it's like, and all you really do to like close the gap on here, that would have been in a previous game, is I would have just clocked up on more Phoenix Downs and potions. It just like stopped a middleman. Instead of me saving and then going to my menu and putting them all through full of steroids and stuff, like, all I did was just let the actual thing revive me. Like that's all it. Because to me, it's like, what's the difference between that and using 20 potions in a Phoenix Down or whatever they want to call it on here? Like, it just seems like a very crazy nitpick to me.
We're gonna get Jason on. You talking slick? We're here. We're gonna bring him back.
Okay,
slick.
get Jason
you're gonna be scared. You're gonna be scared when I get him. I'm having him pull up in the room like he did last time.
Do you honestly think I'm scared of Jason?
You're talking tough. You're talking tough. I'm just joking. Anyway, besides that, so that was your only pretty much negative as far as the feedback as far as that concerned. But
just the pacing. Yeah, I wasn't really feeling the pacing. I didn't like that. Your characters, like the physical characters, didn't change with the equipment you put on, but they did it with the weapon, which I felt like that was weird. You go through to change the weapon, but not your armor. And just the pacing. That's it. That pacing is my biggest thing. Like, I feel like they can condense some of those islands into a couple less, because it felt like the game was like 5 to 7 hours longer than I would.
Then it could have been because they're overstated.
But it's like I said, what they do is they give you enough of that information on the main storyline to be like, now you got to wait 2 more
Nah, you gotta
times.
wait.
before we
Yeah.
can
So
see
you
more.
just want to move it along because it was so
And I
good.
just, and that's what it was particularly. I just wanted more of that main story.
I feel you.
And you know, they did. They circled back around really good.
Nice, no doubt. Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. They said Addict's so passionate his camera turned to 480p.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, he said
That was
good.
Jason attacked.
Jason, I'm telling Jason
Sent
on
the
you, man. I'm
goons
telling
out.
No,
Jason,
it's-
man.
it's
We're gonna
not-
bring him back. We had
it's
Jason
not-
in a row 2 times. We're gonna have
I
the Dragon
just-
Quest VII Reimagined statue debate, and it's gonna
See,
go
but no,
down,
but, like,
and it's up.
here's the thing. Jason Schreier does nothing but criticize other people's opinions. So you guys are going to get on to me for not
him.
agreeing with his opinion?
I'm telling him.
Man has spent his entire career off criticizing
Blood,
other people's
sweat,
opinions.
pixels, and statues. Next.
And that's fine. Go buy those things.
Go
It's
buy
not like
that.
I
New
didn't
book-
promote
new
those.
books out there, baby.
He's wrote good books. I completely agree. But we ain't gonna sit here and act like you can't have a crazy take even if you wrote books.
We gonna have the OG veteran
His word is
versus
bond, that's
yeah,
it.
versus the rookie new wet behind the ears to the series. We gonna have the battle off, and it's going down.
And I can see what the thing is like his particular takes. It's not like it would change my opinion if I played those games
No,
either.
I get you.
So it's like I know for a fact I could play the old Dragon Quest VII, and I would still think that take is crazy.
Hey, so overall, is shout out to Square for this decision, and it made it accessible for you. You making you love the game as a person who's new to the series.
It's not even like an accessibility thing. It's just a convenience thing. Like I said, it's not like it would change how I would normally do the games that choose not to do it this way. I would just pop a bunch of potions and Phoenix Sounds or whatever they call them into the
right before
particular
the
game that we're
main battle
talking
anyway,
about.
right? Yeah,
So
what
it's
I do
just
in
like
Final
it's
Fantasy
the
VII.
same. Like because normally if the game doesn't heal you all the way, it is a save point.
Right.
Or you have to use like an item, like a particular item that you can only use as save points to heal everyone. To me, they just skip the middle step.
Right.
You don't got to use no items. You're gonna most likely this is gonna be a boss room. So you're either gonna heal yourself or we're gonna heal you, and we're just gonna heal you for you. It just. I do agree with him that the game overall is a little on the easy side, but once again, I can't speak on the harder difficulties because I didn't play on monsters taking less damage or me doing less damage, or if the game would have been dramatically different if I didn't make more money. Like, and I imagine if I put that money threshold down and I'm making a fraction, I'm sure that would make the game harder. Like,
Yeah, for sure, man. No, it's a good discussion. It's a good discussion because I love when games like this come
tent
out.
or cabin. It's like I said.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's just they made you skip a step. Like,
Yeah, no, it's a good discussion. I would love in fairness just to have old school perspective versus the new generation perspective because again,
you
this
mean
is-
the right and wrong?
we ain't doing it. Anyway, moving on. In stores now. Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. Go check it out again. Go check out. You got your video up. I'm assuming on our Addict channel. I'm assuming we got the lordsofgaming.net review is up. Shout out to Flame. Yo, we got crazy guides too, man. Guys on how to get this. Shout out to Flame. He did his thing on that for sure.
Shout out to the Realm for pulling up like they did in my review on Dragon Quest.
Facts.
My short got over 10,000 views.
Yeah.
My long form video got over 10,000 views.
Yes.
My channel grew like 400. Not that's exaggerating. Like 300 subs off of just Dragon Quest VII. And what's funny is I asked like in the review I asked what is Dragon Quest's Final Fantasy VII? Like which installment is like the one that is loved like Dragon Quest? Apparently Dragon Quest 5 and 8 is their Dragon Quest 7.
And we gotta admit though, so before we move on, like we was over in Japan on Dragon's Quest love, like
Dragon Quest is king, bro.
Yeah.
It's Dragon Quest is king over there, bro. Like,
hell yeah.
I mean, it was always. I remember back in the day, just like literally, like people like banging from work, like not going into work, and lines and lines. You see the video and you see the stories about people like taking the day off to go play Dragon Quest and pick it up. It's a thing, bro. I don't know if it's to that level anymore, but it's still, to me, probably the thing that is most sort of revered over there is Dragon Quest.
No,
Yeah.
There was this one particular part at the end of Dragon Quest 7, and I won't say what this thing was. When it happened, it was like one of the few times in gaming I legitimately lost my mind. Like I had a physical, because most of the time it'd be like my mind would say it. It'd be like, "Whoa, that's crazy." I physically said, "Yo, that's crazy." Like,
No doubt. Shout out to Web Dave in the chat. See you. Yes, we'll be there. Summer Game Fest. Salute. Chat Dragon Quest is king, and Dragon Warrior. I remember that. Yes,
Dragon Warrior is what it was called here.
Facts.
Before they decided to just make it Dragon Quest across the board. Yeah.
People literally skip school, take off work to get Dragon's Quest, no doubt. And there you have it. Moving on. So we're getting these super chats that we missed before we move on.
We got one. We got the Silver Squire, $2 super chat. Blessed Lord's Bowl. Pat's taking it home tonight, 100%.
Go Pats! Yeah, I don't know what y'all rooting call. I'm with y'all today. I'm here, but I ain't go front. I feel Seattle's good. It feels like they I ain't go front Seahawk fans. Y'all look like y'all got that, but we'll see. If y'all support a banana peel, I won't be mad. We all caught up.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, topic number 2, which is mine, man. Yeah, this is a lot, man. AMD hinting Microsoft could launch its next generation Xbox in 2027. So that was the initial story. Shout out to Tom Henderson and The Verge and stuff like that. And then, we got some new news. But first,
Tom Warren.
I said Tom Henderson. I'm sorry, Tom Warren and The Verge. Shout out to Tom Henderson, who's a partner at Insider Gaming, and messing up the Toms right now. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, shout out to them. You know, they had talked about the partnership agreement, and this is with AMD. And my AMD, I actually kind of spilling the beans, saying development of Microsoft's next generation Xbox featuring an AMD semiconductor SoC is progressing well to support a launch in 2027, said AMD CEO Lisa Su on the earnings call today. The brief comment doesn't confirm that Microsoft will launch in 2027, but it does reveal that AMD is ready to support a launch then if Microsoft is also ready. So they said they're entering into that strategic multi-year partnership, and that includes a pair of co-engineering silicon across a portfolio of devices, including our next generation Xbox consoles in your living room and in your hands. So I definitely wanted to add, that was the initial story. Now we do got some news that broke today from good friend of the realm, Jez Corden. More context, new details on Xbox next generation console and Microsoft's most ambitious gaming plans ever. Now this is a long article. I'm just going to try to read our excerpts because Jez got a lot of the goods here. So he reported obviously that there's going to be the next generation Xbox is going to be a Windows 11 gaming PC with the capability to run existing Xbox One, Series X and S, and legacy compatible Xbox games. Thank God, because that's what I care about. The new box will be capable of running practically anything Windows can throw about at it. In essence, although by default it will have a TV first console-like interface. So any idea of how it might function, he kind of alluded to. Take some excerpts from what's going on with the Xbox Alley as far as the full screen experience, as far as some of as a baseline. And then it says you can turn your next generation Xbox into a streaming PC, coding station, music production studio, or whatever else because of the Windows part of it. So obviously we heard about the AMD hinting part, and then he goes on, his article is long, what to expect about the next generation Xbox costs. So obviously there's a lot of concerns, obviously, in the world with tariffs and things that's going on, RAM spiraling out of control, stuff like that. So it says it does sound as though the next generation Xbox is pushing for a more premium experience from its first party offering, but it doesn't mean Xbox will suddenly become inaccessible for those who can't justify the spend. From what he's told, he expects the Generation 9 Xbox Series X and S to have a longer tail, so the current generation have a longer tail as a result of this broadening hardware endpoint ecosystem. It's only been recently that PS4 and Xbox One consoles have stopped seeing a complement of major AAA games. So he says, so even if the next generation Xbox comes in at about $1,000 as some expect, Xbox Series S shouldn't be suddenly cut off and priced out. Developers of all sizes, Microsoft included, are building games that target the Switch 2, Steam Deck, and other lower-end devices. So that will continue even after the next generation launches. He did say, he's being told, and shout out to King, he said that they still are working on OEM devices such as Asus and other variety of points for next generation Xbox gamers for different price points as well. So that's something. And he said, despite rumors to the contrary, this is a new one. He's being told that Microsoft still wants to make a first party Xbox handheld. I thought that was off the table. So it looks like that's back on the table, even if the traditional next generation Xbox console is the focus for now. All right, what else he got? He got it's how ambitious it's going to be. Talk about the roadmap. Trying to scan. He said Microsoft's currently testing a NPU-powered highlight reel feature for the Xbox Ally X, which will take your gameplay clips and automatically generate a shareable video of your best gameplay moments. Interesting. The feature is slated to drop in March 2026, all being well, and these new type of features will also land on the next generation Xbox as well. Hey, that sounds like share stuff. I like share stuff. I like game DVR stuff that they haven't been doing for a while, so that excites me. They talk about going around the Xbox Everywhere identity. All right, I'm skimming. There's a lot of information there. Please, this article is dope. Go to Windows Central. He's got a lot of info there. Also, let's see. Microsoft's also been open to work with different platform developers. I know that Epic Game Stores definitely said they want to be on the device. And then what else we got? I'm trying to get some more fun. Again, this article just came out, y'all, so I'm just reading off the fly. Excuse the unprofessional podcasting. He says, so pretty much open up the Xbox to OEMs and wider Windows ecosystems could help Xbox and its partner deliver more curated, tailor-made experience for specific markets across different users, form factors, and price points, meaning players is now are in the firm primary aim, both in terms of software. And he said the fundamental vision of the original Xbox revolved around bringing Windows to the living room. In a way, we've come full circle here. It's Microsoft's most ambitious hardware plan since the inception of Windows itself, but also the most risky. It's incredibly exciting on paper. Let's see if Microsoft could pull it off. So this was my topic. I'll just get my balls off really quickly. You know, obviously I got new information. My initial information was just the Lisa Su joint. So I'm going to say, to me, before Jez's article, I felt that was a controlled leak. And the reason why I felt it was a controlled leak is because, let's be honest, Xbox was in the news for not the good things, right? Every quarter, hardware down 30%, 20%, this, that, and that. So I think negatively from a PR standpoint, they didn't like that. Obviously, they've already told us, I think through Sarah Bond, that they were coming out. But let's be honest, there's been so much damage to the brand. People are like, but are you really coming out, though? If Microsoft Gaming say one thing, y'all ain't coming out. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. And then obviously, you know, with AMD, the reason why I feel this is a control leak is because we do know contractually they are doing the next generation consoles, plural, with PlayStation 6 and Series, you know, X and S. I mean, Xbox Magnus. So how's she gonna say, yeah, things are coming well for Xbox Magnus, the next generation, yeah, coming in 2027, but you don't mention the other one. You see what I'm saying? Because PlayStation clearly, but we're going to get into the numbers, don't want to talk about that yet. They're selling consoles right now. It doesn't behoove them to have their plans snitched about a PS6 when PS5 is booming and they out there moving and shaking. Whereas Xbox is ready to go to the next joint, and it's an easy PR win to be like, oh, you see, this is coming from the source. And all I care about is first party. They can make OEM devices all they want. Long as the Magnus and their $1,500 price point, wherever it comes out, and it can play the Xbox console-like experience. No full screen, no Ally, you know, tweaking and twerking.
What if the most powerful version of it is an OEM device and not the first party?
That's a good question. Here's gonna come down. Now, you got me there. Now here's the thing.
Well, what happens if that handheld is their version, and OEM if you want the
no, she said it. So she said, no, we making their first generation, the Microsoft hardware Xbox big boy. That the rumor of the handheld, that's Jazz speculating later. We talk about Lisa, my good boo Lisa Su, who came out there is for me, for my trepidation, right? To Saul's question, I ain't gonna front though. If they make an OEM,
highly doubt it's the strongest. I highly doubt it.
I mean, you never know, right? But let's say it is.
At launch, I kind of feel like it would be and should be.
Right.
But yeah, I guess you never know. But it would
make
make sense.
It feels like if Xbox wants to make any money off of that without subsidizing, they are going to have to let their partners handle
all out
the stronger versions. Because if they ball out in the stronger version, 1,500 might not be a conversation. It might be more than that.
Yeah, I mean, look, they go out, but here's the thing. I guess my confidence is more with Microsoft's device from the standpoint of I don't trust OEMs with backward compatibility and being able to play by Xbox.
I won't buy an OEM.
Exactly. So my thing,
That
I already did
I've had
OEM
to-
already. Facts.
When I used to work at a call desk, do you know how often we would have conversations with similar situations, and how often we would say, "No, it's not us, them. It's not
Yes,
them,
that
it's
was
us."
they exactly.
Like I'm not playing that game.
Facts.
Like
It would be like
I
how
want one person to talk
to talk
not
to.
two.
Could you imagine, like, if you have an issue with the ally, and they'd be like, "Well, that's ASUS, and you got to go holler at them, and it's Armory Crate. We told you what we thought it was the problem could be." You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't
It's
dealing
well,
with
the
any of that,
game's
bro.
the game's not working. Well, that's an Xbox issue. You call Xbox? No, that's an ASUS issue. Apparently, something's wrong with their CPU that's not letting you load it or something.
Right. Now, the chat is saying, shout out to my man, Junior 5 Mike. He said, OEM is looking to offer the cheaper option. Look, they could offer the cheaper option. I guess for me, like I said, I just care about the UI, the console-like experience. What is mimicking my Xbox Series X and S is why I'm confident and comfortable with Microsoft as opposed to anyone else.
Like there's a reason that they're really flirting with how that ROG Ally, the OS on that ROG Ally. I think whatever's on that ROG Ally, you're getting a better version of that.
I agree.
I don't think there's going to be like the OS that's on this that's solely gaming. This is an antique. Like whatever they do from now on is going to have some kind of PC
It's going to be that.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely.
All the kinks are being worked out on it. We're the guinea pigs.
We're the guinea
Anybody
pigs.
who has that.
Facts. 100%. I agree. And it
Like,
basically.
I think that big screen mode going to be used. Like,
Oh yeah. It's like, look, because they doing it right now with the FSC, the full screen experience, right? Which you hold down the Xbox button on the Ally, right, and then you have the option where it's just like, okay, you could do this, and then you could switch to Windows, you could do that, or you could go between different stores and all that stuff. Absolutely. That's great. The option is nice. I will be here for the most part on the closed part of the section of this where I could do that. But I love that you give me the option, though. You give me my Steam and all that. But that's all I care. All I care about is the first party, them with the Microsoft and the Xbox logo. You can OEM it up with everybody else, cheaper options, different SKUs. That's cool. But I'm there. But that's what I wanted to talk about. But I want to open it up to you, Addict. You know, now that we got Jez's article, which is kind of doubling down. And we didn't even talk about this part. The 2027 best case scenario is looking like that is on the table. Again, doesn't mean it's going to definitely launch at the end of 2027, but that was initially what's described. So what do you think about that part too?
yeah. Here's the thing: if that sucker comes out that's 1,500 or some crazy number like that, like what's this thing realistically gonna sell? I still have very concerns with, publishers deciding not to even port to the platform because they've got so many, they'd rather just port to Steam and tell people that's on these Xbox things just to play the Steam versions. I think last time we had Jez on, he spoke the same fear. It's like, look, here's the thing, like, regardless of what's reported today, Xbox be changing stuff this time next week. Like,
Contracts are signed.
It doesn't matter if contracts are signed. You don't think Microsoft will find a loophole out of that if they don't want to?
AMD snitching.
Microsoft not doing anything they don't want to. If they wake up tomorrow and decide we don't want to go this direction, they will find loopholes out of that.
Investments made, money spent.
Okay, your point?
Locked in, baby. AMD Lisa snitching.
You don't think so? So if I looked up research, I will find that Microsoft has never found a loophole out of any type of deal like this ever.
Just saying hard to do. A lot of money spent, man. People like that money when they spend it. They like it invested.
Person we need to talk to is Ho. It's stuff like this easy.
Oh yeah, facts.
I mean, it just feels like you've been working with them for how long?
Yeah.
And they've been working on the architecture for this chip for quite some time. For you to back out of that, because remember what happens then is that all of that architecture now, this bespoke SoC they're building for you, now they have to figure out a use for it elsewhere. And mind you, they will, but there has to be something in the contract that says you give us X amount of money.
It's probably a penalty fee. I'm telling you, they'd rather pay that penalty fee if it came down to it.
You ain't dooming and glooming your way out this one. Buddy. We got it locked in. Put your knees on it. We can put your knees on it. Put your knees on it. Well,
You
put
can
your knees
argue
on it.
with my opinion.
We can put
That's
your knees
fine.
on it. Let's put it out there. Then let's
I'm
do
not
it.
putting no knees
I
on
did
anything.
it.
I'm
I
just
did.
giving my
I
opinion. You
did.
want to make knees about
Yeah,
it.
well, I mean,
Like,
you talking strong with your opinion. I'm
not
talking strong with my
strong.
opinion.
I'm saying that in a situation like this, where their stocks going up and down and stuff, I can't trust a company that already has bad.
Facts. So
messages.
put your knees on it. You don't trust it. Put your knees on it.
I-
I'm
Why
invoking
does this
King
have
today.
anything to do
I'm
with me and you?
invoking King.
I'm
Put
telling
your
you right
knees
now,
on it.
I'm not putting knees on anything. So you can keep saying it. That's fine.
All right.
But I'm not putting knees
All
on
right,
it.
so all right, cool.
My opinion is this industry's flaky. I'm sorry. Like, you can disagree with that. That's fine.
Sound like you
But
just
you ain't
dooming and
gonna tell
glooming.
me my
Sound like you
opinion.
just being scared. I'm sorry. I am
done.
being extra. I want to get him going.
Back to you, Saul.
You don't want to bite. You don't want to bite. I'm trying to get him going. You know what? I don't
No,
like
because
this.
I have no emotion to this at all. I don't care.
All right,
I don't
fair
care
enough,
if they
fair
make
enough.
one. I don't care if they do make one. I don't care if they do OEM get, because probably I ain't gonna participate in any of that shit.
So you ain't gonna support a console experience next generation.
If that thing's $1,500, absolutely not.
All right. So you gonna stay on PC over there then, right?
Yeah,
You
I've
can
been
play
playing
there?
on PC
Okay.
this whole time.
All right. Just kidding. I'm just saying.
So Saul wanted me to be on PC. Guess what, my dude? That's where I am.
We're gonna hold you. We're gonna see what 2027 come. I'm gonna check your files. I'm gonna check your status. See where you
No,
at.
I mean, if that thing's $1,500, Saul, you think I'm buying something for $1,500?
Well, you
Do I have
get
a wrong ally, Saul?
What if you get the review copy?
No, he does not.
No, a review copy's different.
Oh, review copy's
If
different.
I've been no, I'm talking about from a monetary
Nah, you gotta
value.
refuse it. You gotta stand on business.
No,
He's a stand-on
me
business.
refusing to spend $1,500 is different than me getting a review unit to review it. Completely different ball.
Nah, you gotta stand on it. You gotta be PC Master Race, blood in, blood out. You know what I'm saying?
I have
What is it
disagreed.
called?
I have disagreed.
Mafia Honda.
I have disagreed with so much stuff involving games, and I still reviewed the game because that, at the end of the day, that's my job. Me personally, I wouldn't spend $1,500 on a console.
Fair enough. So we just gonna slide you what and get you in there so you be there. Okay, sorry. I'm done messing with you. And last question. So in reference to the release date, Addict, what do you think? What's your guess with all the RAM stuff going on? Do you think they can hit 2027? Do you think 2028? Because right now, one of our topics is the Steam Machine, and we're seeing right now they kind of on a waiting pattern when we get to it. Like, so what do you think in terms of how they handle that? Do you think they may have something in their sleeve to deal with the memory issue to try to bring the price?
They delay that sucker because here's the thing: I don't want them to cancel it or not cancel it. I'm saying the terms of Amy Hood, Satya, I wouldn't put it past them. That's all I'm saying because clearly they're the ones running things. So if they decide to wake up one day, because clearly they be making decisions on the fly, it wouldn't put it past me. So it's just like, and it comes to like the dates, whatever makes that thing cheaper, that's when you release it. If you got to wait an extra year,
Facts.
do it then, because the thing is like 1,500, you might sell 10 million.
Yeah, we know that. This ain't no mass market.
But the thing is, the mass market part of it is what incentivizes developers to publish even on your platform, and that's my biggest concern with the whole aspect. Is what's the point even of having the platform when people missing your platform more than they're missing it now?
Because you got 35 something million users that you still need to monetize. You're not going to walk away from that money. So you're giving them an offer, and you're a publisher.
That's what the current market, if that is stronger and they start eliminating some of these older, I'm talking like next gen only titles, games that is going to take advantage of like whatever the next PlayStation is. Those are the games I'm talking about. And it's not going to be a lot of them for a long time because we've even seen cross gen games now. And it's like 5-6 years after the launch game. I'm worried that once we start seeing next gen only titles, they start looking at that install base with side eye. So, hopefully that don't happen. But to me, we are already seeing it a little bit. At the Video Game Awards, we saw a bunch of games that come to Xbox.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel you. I'm sorry. You finished? I didn't want to get you all your balls up before I get this all. No doubt. Solve, what is your thoughts, man? The AMD situation with Lisa, obviously, the announce, and then obviously Jez's new article in reference to him getting more details and also saying that they're planning on extending potentially this generation a little longer as a result of seeing what's going on with the memory climate, and then obviously all the new features potentially of this new Xbox and how it would be from an operating system perspective.
I mean, I kind of agree with you that it does feel kind of like a controlled leak because of all the negative press that's been going around the past month or so. It makes sense to, put messaging out there that makes it clear that they are still on track for some sort of next generation offering, right? And they haven't, shelved that completely. So I mean, 100%. It feels like, okay, if you were shaky on what the platform was doing and you still sticking around, you still wanted to see, and you haven't picked up and left, this bodes well, right? And the idea of it being exorbitantly priced and this sort of crazy architecture, that's all stuff that's been out there already. So that's a conversation that's been happening. So that isn't anything new. I do worry about this idea of extending out this generation when this generation is essentially dead for them. So you're sticking around, giving, let's say, PlayStation internally has said, hey, we're going to hold off on the 2027 release because the price of the console would be exorbitant. The price of this handheld would be exorbitant. Now you're putting yourself in a position, potentially, in a position where you're now don't have any advantage in the marketplace, coming out earlier, whatever, being more powerful in the long run, which there's speculation that is the case, that no matter when they come out, like these specs are kind of somewhat set in stone. Yeah. So the idea that Magnus will be more powerful than the PlayStation 6 is kind of already out there. But again, a lot of it has to do with how long you hold on to it, right? I think when we think about when you look at a situation like what Nintendo had with the Wii U and the Switch came out of necessity because of how poorly the Wii U did. And the Switch in that regard, despite its success, was underpowered for what it for when you would expect that machine to come out if the Wii U had a regular console cycle and not had to be sort of taken out back and shot early. So I mean, what I wouldn't want them to do, no matter what, right? Even if they're saying that, hey, we're not competing directly anymore, this is different, they're not what we're worried about. You would still like a scenario and circumstance where you're coming out and there's no brand new PlayStation on the market that's usually coming out within a week of when you're releasing. Because that's the way it's been. That's the way it's been for the last 2 generations.
Simultaneous launch.
Right. So, so that worries me because, again, you're extending out a generation out of necessity, not out of, hey, there's still good games coming out here. Hey, and not saying that good games won't be coming out during that time, but to Addict's point, this idea of, more and more games missing the platform because it's not worth it to developers to make a version of X game because of how poorly it'll probably sell on the platform. It's a worry when you're saying, hey, the Xbox Series generation is officially gonna be, out there till 2028, 2029, with nothing else in sight yet, right? And whatever else you're doing being delayed until prices can level off, where even if it is exorbitantly priced for a console or a console like PC hybrid, it's still not, a $2,000 piece of equipment that's going to, have people rolling their eyes. So they're in a tough spot with that. When it comes to the hardware stuff, it's impressive. Like, right, when you look at the spec stuff, like for sure, Zen 6 RDNA 5 architecture. They're talking about the potential of 48 gigs of GDDR7 memory on it, on a 192-bit bus. Like, you're talking about something that's a really, really, a pretty powerful machine.
What do you think the graphics card would be comparable to, if you had to guess? If you just throw it out there, it's PC Master Race all.
Let's say RDNA 5.
What you think?
I mean, in RDNA 5, you're looking at, you're probably looking at. If you look at
what Jason Rado and them cooking, 4090. What I'm getting 4090 with this.
It's probably closer to 5090.
RDNA 5. Oh, we definitely paid 2,000.
It's probably it's a 50 series, right? We're talking about 5080, 5090, somewhere in between there. And again, remember the 50 series again punches above its weight because of all the AI stuff built into it. Right. In terms of like raw power over a 4090, it's not that significant of a leap.
I'm gonna get my flops out.
So again, But again, and these machines are built with that in mind, right? Like, hey, these things are going to be punching above their weight. You're going to have, all manner of AI upscaling built in and things of that nature. So they're supposed to be punching above
Robert
their
laughing
weight.
at us. He said 50-90, ha ha ha, we crazy. Robert Lola, he laughing
Again, I'm talking about, it's another thing we have to think about. I'm not talking about raw performance.
Okay.
No, I don't talk about raw performance anymore.
We're not doing the digital
files.
files. I want to be able to talk to the PC dudes with the
That's not what that is anymore.
We're not doing that?
No, that's not what that is anymore. I always take into consideration now all of these other, like I said, bells and whistles that make these machines punch above their weight. Because the moment these things became standard in graphics cards, the idea of having a conversation about raw power became infinitely more stupid than it already was, right? Because that conversation is dumb as it is, because when you start talking about, oh, I don't like fake frames, I'm like, it's a built, created product. All the frames are fake. So the idea that they add more fake frames, do you understand? Like,
like the unnatural frames, like that FSR and all that?
Because at the end of the day, what you're getting, the only thing that matters is what your eye perceives. If they can make it so that your eye perceives something to be of a higher fidelity or at higher performance with less overhead on the hardware, why would you not take that?
I want to talk my talk. I want to talk my flop
No,
talk. I want to have
stupid.
raw flops. My flops is bigger than your flops. Off the vert.
And you know me, I've always had a problem with people talking to me about raw flops and this, that, and the other. And you play on console, like, come on, man.
I feel attacked.
I can't with that. Like, if you're playing on console and you're arguing power with me, this is no argument.
That's why, like,
on
the past couple years, the conversation's been so much like, console conversation been so much like PC. I was like, especially
Might as well
just go away.
Might as well just go to PC. Like,
nah, son. I want to be able to tell y'all PC dudes we flopping out here. We
He said
big
I
with
only
it.
want free range frames in my games.
We natural, son.
All natty.
All natty with the frames.
With the frames. Yo, it was crazy. It's funny. I saw a clip of Weapon the other day. I don't know who it was. But it was BG talking about
BG.
like he was arguing with somebody on the panel about how because the panel player is a PC player. He's a console player, right? Yeah. And he's saying like, oh, this guy. I think they were talking about Resident Evil Requiem. And it was a thing where it's like the console player is like, oh, I'm going to use ray tracing and everything, and my version is going to look better than your PC version. And BG's argument is like,
I can already know how BG.
I already know BG's about to go in. What BG said?
Knowing BG, he interrupted the whole podcast flow. It's like, no, we about to go at it over this.
No, BG was very calm. He was very calm. And he was explaining. He was like, my PC version that I'm not gonna run with ray tracing because ray tracing is overblown. It's too taxing.
Not a fan of ray tracing.
It's too taxing. It's too taxing for what you actually get on screen. And he's not wrong. He's not wrong. I love ray tracing when I can do it. But if it's bringing down my performance significantly, I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna go rasterize and go now. There are more and more games that have full-on ray tracing and no rasterization pipeline, and then you're in trouble there. Where at that point, if your machine can't handle it, then you have to make a decision whether let me go to console where they've already figured out what baseline they're going to use or whatever. But it was hilarious, this conversation that you're telling me that your game on console that is compromised already, because that's what a console is a compromise.
When Richard Ledbetter tell me that I'm going blow for y'all. I'm going to use these stats in your face.
God. Yeah, no. And so, again, it is going to be for what it is. And I've always talked about this when we talk about this hybrid Xbox. If they can find a great price point for this, where for what it gives you power-wise, it is outdoing a built PC or whatever of comparable power.
Yes.
And you're able to do it at, anywhere from like a $200 to $500 discount over what building that PC would cost you. Then they have something there, right? And they would have to market it that way and have to really talk that up for people to understand kind of the quote unquote value they'd be getting out of a piece of hardware like that. But I don't know that's the case, right? So we'll see. For me, this was always something that was going to be messy. It was
Yeah.
always going to be messy because any which way you look at it, and we still don't know what this looks like, right?
That's the other thing, the form factor.
Right. Form factor and even what the UI stuff looks like. Because again, like we said, we're on that Xbox Ally X and we're seeing the steps that are being taken to try to create an end product in terms of UI and how this stuff works. And at the end of the day, what I've seen is that ultimately we cannot figure it out in a way where it's just this UI sitting on top of Windows. It really is separating them out, kind of, where it's like if you want the full PC experience, there's going to be a lane for that over here.
Right.
But the console experience will be running under and this very sort of abbreviated version of Windows with baseline operations going on, trying to make it as console centric as possible. But they still have not been able to figure out the like the perfect mixture of it, where it's like Windows is running seamlessly underneath it.
Uncharted territory for sure.
I do feel that this is the way to go, because say whatever you want about SteamOS, right? Say whatever you want about it. It is a translation layer over Windows, right? We've already learned and figured out that people, like devs, are not going to build their game on another baseline operating system. They don't want to do that, right? Okay. So what Steam figured out is, okay, we'll make a translation layer, a Linux translation layer, where essentially you have still Windows running underneath it and Linux on top of it. And that's great. But if Microsoft is able to figure out a direct line that doesn't involve that buffer layer, that's where they want to be, right? That's exactly where they want to be. Because no matter what, you're creating an extra layer that you have to go through. And SteamOS is fantastic. It's absolutely amazing. And that layer that they've created is very console centric. Well, as close to console centric as we've gotten yet, right? I just feel that the work that they're doing here in order to get Windows proper there is the right move, but it's still going to take some time.
It's undertaking.
And I guarantee you that if this machine comes out next year, it still won't be 100% ready in that regard. We will still have complaints. We will still be beta tested
right now with the RAM.
It's just what it is. It's just what it is. But yeah, I mean, to me, look, do I have a PC that's going to be more powerful than this? And yes. Am I interested to see what it is? And will I buy it? And will it probably collect dust under my TV? Yes, it probably will. It is what it is.
Are you more excited for this or the Steam machine, which is next up?
No, I'm not. Steam Machine, I appreciate what they're doing with Steam Machine to try to create a different avenue for the person that's already in Steam to access their games and play them differently, play them more like in a console-like environment. I appreciate it. Again, we don't know prices yet. And obviously the delay is speaking to the fact that they're trying to figure out a reasonable price point for this that doesn't really put it out of reach and kind of, kill it on sight. So yeah, I was never excited for the Steam Machine in that way. I appreciate them doing it. The only thing that would have excited me about the Steam Machine is if it was console priced, which they've made it clear that that's not it, because and I'm console priced, and I'm talking about console price when consoles are $400, $500.
Oh God, yeah,
that's not the reality anymore.
Way back in the day.
Yeah, way back in the day when consoles
consoles used to get cheaper as the generation goes on.
So yeah, I'm excited to see the reaction to it. Reaction to the price point when we finally find that out. Reaction to when it's out in the wild and how it actually sells. The Steam Deck was something like that expanded upon what the Switch did. In a way that a few years prior to that, maybe the PC-centric gamer didn't feel could happen without it being an exorbitantly priced like boutique machine that cost like $3,000 and got super hot and stuff like that. And the Steam Machine showed that it could be done, and then everything jumped off after that. You had ROG jumping in, you have all these other boutique manufacturers jumping in, you have bigger manufacturers now, making MSI Claw, things like that. So that kind of kicked all of that off in a way that I don't know that we knew could happen, if the Switch hadn't done what it did. So that's a different to me. Last number I heard was 5 million something, and it's probably upwards, probably closer to 7 now with the discounts and stuff. And they discontinued the original Steam Deck. They just have the OLED now. Right. And at some point within the next couple of years, we'll find out what the next Steam Deck is, right? Yeah. And what that is. So to me, look, do I disagree with Addict that they could turn on a dime and be like, it's not worth it, we're going to leave it alone? If something really goes left, sure, it could happen. 100% could happen. And we've been talking about this for, the past year and a half, where it's like, yeah, if Microsoft proper decides that it's not worth it to them, that this vision does not feel like it's panning out in any way, shape, or form, I could see them just taking it out in the pasture and forget about it. And cutting their losses, no matter how great they are. I could see that happening for sure, because they're in such a state of flux right now. They and it feels like if you're a fan of that platform or you're a fan of that ecosystem, you don't know what to believe. You don't really know where they stand. Again, we've had the conversation. We had the conversation when we were talking about Obsidian on the Lords After Dark episode, where it's like, if Game Pass is supposed to be the play moving forward, if that is how you proliferate your ecosystem in a world where your console isn't, you've taken away importance from that. You've made the statement that everything is an Xbox. You're selling, Xbox branded, PC portable hardware. You're essentially saying that, just get a PC and you have an Xbox. In a world where you're doing that, then your primary platform to getting software to people should be the focus of your marketing. And it does not feel that way. It doesn't feel like they're doing that in a way that when you talking about we want to reach 2 billion gamers, how? That every time you talk about a game, you're preaching to the choir that already knows about the game. You're preaching to the choir that already has Game Pass or has had Game Pass and would have an understanding of what you're talking about. I don't see anybody outside of that circle being marketed to, which is ridiculous, because that is your ecosystem now. You've done the work, and, regardless to the fact that over the past couple of years before they made this shift to everything's an Xbox or whatever, the console wasn't selling. The console, and it through no necessarily fault of its own, it's a great piece of hardware. It just wasn't, the steamroller that is the PlayStation 5. And it's just, it is what it is. So, but at the same time, you have not done anything to try to salvage that beyond that, right? You just haven't.
That's why I said until they show me they care about selling hardware, I gotta assume they don't care about selling hardware. Like,
yeah. So again, I will believe. I'm going to believe it because it's interesting to me, right? This is something new that they're trying. I want to see it come to fruition. I want to see what happens. I want to see what it does to the market, right? The market is such a weird and interesting place right now that I want to see how this pans out and how it's received. Right. But I could easily see, Microsoft proper saying, hey, this is way too much money for what we project to be not a lot of return. I don't know.
No, I hear what y'all say. I will push back. But no, I hear what y'all say. I just think it's a result of Xbox fandom being scarred. It's like an abuse of a relationship. Right? So you've been with a platform for as many years. They had an extremely aggressive mindset and messaging about, Game Pass, exclusives, and I hear y'all, right? It's hard to trust a platform who had us one direction saying this was the way they're going. They do all these acquisitions, they do ABK, they do Bethesda, they do all that, and then you wake up one day and it's like, okay, we're doing 4 games over here. All that I understand. None of that is cap. I get that. My thing, why is Google stitching on me? Stop it, Google. Google try to listen to you, try to start talking to me. Sorry. So, yeah, I get that, right? I guess for my thing is, I think it's fair to say, hey, you don't want to believe them, even though multiple times now, Sarah Barnes come out and say we got hardware. Multiple times, they've been reiterating through Jason, through Phil and all this stuff. And I get it. You say, hey, Cock, I don't care about that. I don't want to listen to leadership. I think it's safe to say the actual chip maker, right? The people who are responsible for making, and I get it. I know plans can change, but I said I think it's more solid for the person who actually is not in that building. It has investment for them to succeed. And again, contractually for these things to come out, because the longer they are held, I mean, that's money lost to walk away from something. So that's where I'm saying. Then the other thing is I will push back on the Game Pass thing, because they have shown that that's not the formula for them anymore. Once the prices rose up, right? And they like, yo, bro, $30 or whatever it is now. And once they showed me Call of Duty, yo, Forza Horizon, you ain't getting that in basic plan. You ain't getting that in standard and basic. Ultimate only. To me, that's it. That's the indicator that strategy is over with. That is, we are just keeping that for our platform holders. And the only way for this to work is if you to get in on the high end tier. But reality is we are shifting these games multi-platform and putting everywhere. Now, whether or not that works, who knows long term.
But this is the thing, right?
Yeah.
At that point, this is what bothers me about them. Stop the pussyfooting and kill it. And kill it. That's and be like, it's a mistake. No, they're not really killing it.
But they rose the price 3 times on the hardware. That is the epitome of death.
This is where I agree with King. This is where I agree with King, where it's like, burn it down at that point. Stop lying to people and just be like, oh, it was a mistake. I'm sorry, it was a mistake. And the people who care are going to care that you're being that honest with them, and they'll stick around and be like, look, it was a mistake. We needed this. This was something we felt we needed to do because we were here at this point. And in the moment, it saved us in a lot of different ways. And now it does not make sense. And we have to go back on it.
But here's the
thing. It would be horrible.
Okay.
Optically horrible. But I think the people that are still here, that want to be here,
they will riot in the street. They will seize the Capitol if you do.
Bro, because at the end of the day, you're the thing that is the problem.
Yeah,
you're continuing to have it.
Oh no, facts,
be an option.
Facts. I think. See, the thing is that I think they're doing what you're saying. It's just that. What's that expression?
They're being nice about it.
Yeah, but it's like you got to look at it like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't believe what someone says. Look at what they do. Right? Dude, their actions are telling you we are not we ain't even giving you a Black Friday sale. When Black Friday come around, it's a regular day. We raising the price on you.
I'm saying just pull the Band-Aid off.
Right,
like,
but
stop talking out of your side.
But they're not even talking. That's the funny thing. But
they're still funding it. They're still putting money behind it. I mean, last year they had multiple Game of the Years coming to that. I'm sure that took a bunch of money to infuse into that.
Right, and I think the only difference is everything is happening. What y'all saying is just that we are in the transitionary period of a major company going from a platform holder to a publisher. And then what you laughing at?
I'm looking at the chat because they're like, please have the dignity to lie to me. No, don't do this.
Yeah, because look, I get what y'all say. Y'all like, yo, cut the BS or whatever, and just rip it, right? And I feel that. You know what I'm
not saying that. Game Pass the only thing keeping people on that platform.
That's what I'm saying.
They better do whatever they can.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But I agree with Saul. If that is your overall arching in, and you're trying to push people out of the ecosystem, you might as well just be honest with the situation.
But here's the thing. You still planning on making a console. It would be the epitome. That's why we know. You notice PlayStation is not telling Lisa to be like, yo, tell them about our PS6 whatever, because you still got existing people there that are spending money on a PS5 and a platform. They not really want to hear about no PS6 right now. So these 30 million or whatever it is that Xbox still have, these loyal, high spend. We just got the data from PlayStation. We're going to get into our financials as far as how much money they made from Helldivers and Xbox and PC and all these people. So what it is you've got a smaller base that is high spend and high to be monetized. You can't piss that base off to that level to be like, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. So they gotta be, it's the PR stuff, right? Where you gotta be cagey with the stuff and stuff like that. So all I say is the actions to tell me what they're doing. We'll see if this works for you. I'll agree with Addict. I will say Addict's strongest point that I do have to give him is that they have to be careful that when you are making an expensive premium non-mass market device, right? The relationships that you cultivate or have cultivated with third party right? If you don't have a plan, whether it be Xbox PC, and you tell the developers, okay, you're not making for us, but you're making for this Xbox PC, and that's essentially us, right? Because he is right. The more you shrink your footprint, the less likely people are going to want to develop for you.
You have less and less,
right, specifically.
Less and less negotiating power.
Exactly. So they
and then you have to solely use money at that point, and we've seen that they ain't down for that right now.
So the only solution that I can think of, because I don't know what the hell they're going to do, that's a big question. I don't know how they solve that. The only solution I can think of is they are assimilating the Xbox PC identity. We are this. Here's how you get on, developer. You do it one time, for Xbox PC. You ain't even got to do a port. Again, I'm just spitballing. I don't even know if this is real. I'm just coming up with.
But again, when you start to look at the landscape of the PC game, right? Steam is just overwhelmingly. People say Steam is not a monopoly. It's not a monopoly.
Oh, baby,
it isn't a monopoly in the strictest sense.
In the strictest sense of the term, but yeah.
But when you think about where most things go, it's Steam, right? And the idea of needing to create an Xbox PC version,
right,
on a platform. Again, what makes it strong for me is the idea of play anywhere, right? Where it's like, okay, you give me that one, and it's a license for every quote unquote Xbox, right? Which is different to Steam, whereas a Steam, obviously, if you have wherever you have Steam, you can play that game. You can have your game saves, and you have all that stuff. I just think that again, when you look at that, is like, is it even worth it to make the Xbox PC version?
No, that's fair. That's your strongest argument.
That is like, if they prove to me that they solve that issue, where it's like this window version ain't gonna be no 16. It's gonna run as well. I don't know if Final Fantasy VII remake was done the same way 16 was made, or that was. It seemed like they focused more on
the optimization on that.
But if that was done the same way, and it was them fixing the issues, and they made the Windows version, then now if I knew for a fact that the games, because at the end of the day, that's all I care about.
Right.
It is pointless for me to invest into hardware where I don't know whether or not you're going to get all the games I want to play. Now, if they fix that and they this Windows thing that we're doing, play anywhere, make one thing, it's sufficient, it runs well on the hardware, then they'll start. Okay, I know investing is going to be good for me in terms of that. But when you talk about, you can play anywhere, at this point, you might I'm already on PC.
Right.
It just like the future is where I'm. And it's like, not to mention, it's like Satya and Amy have done no favors to the gaming portion of the Xbox community to feel like we should trust them with any kind of thought process.
Nobody disagreeing that, especially right now. They have to deal with their own shareholders concerned about their overinvestment in the AI bubble. And what is it, 3% of people actually pay? Because I saw a study, only 3%
I would
of
probably have more trust.
Yeah. And
it's not even a lot more trust if they were replaced with someone. Because I don't even know if they were replaced to. If their replacement would even care about gaming. But right now, as long as they're the ones in charge of Microsoft,
right.
It's hard for me to invest into an ecosystem with them at the top.
The thing that gives me hope is when it's not them talking. And when it was Lisa, I said, I believe you. I believe it because you got investment in them. I was
I will say,
I believe her. I was like, it's coming out now.
I will say, Satya,
Big Lisa. Woo.
I will say, Satya getting this type of ridicule over the AI thing, maybe it will force them to have a real conversation on
stop that overinvestment
in the AI.
Yeah.
And maybe that, because here's the thing: if AI was popping, it's over.
Oh yeah.
If they were getting the returns that Satya thought in his head over AI, they already spent it off. It would already be over. They're like, no, we need all of that money to invest. We ain't putting a penny into gaming because we need all of it AI. But I will say, since AI seems to not be captivating as quick as he would have liked, he might scale back some of that money and it goes somewhere else.
When Lisa dropped her album, I was like, let's go. I wonder if I take you.
See, I'm not. And it's like I said, like,
love, baby.
See, but once again, like Lisa can say all she
I
wants.
need it tonight.
Lisa can say all she wants. I don't trust Saltia waking up one day and say, yeah, you know what? How much would it cost for us to break that
He
deal?
got to answer to the stakeholders though. Right now, it's looking spooky for him.
Well, yeah, I will say to your point. It's probably hard for him to talk them stakeholders into doing anything right now.
He better be worried about his job right now with that 3% co-pilot people paid for it that I heard. Yeah, all that investment. Lisa,
as much
baby.
as like Steam gets on my nerves and stuff, I know Steam gonna be making games in 10 years.
AMD. I wonder if I take you home. Let me stop. Anyway, that's it. We've been killing this to the death. I wanted to combine since we kind of
real quick though. I want
pardon. Get your boss. My fault.
No, because in the chat, rap legend Freddie Fox has been.
Freddie Fox. What's going on? What's happening?
Because he's mad that people are not acknowledging the fact that people people always say, oh, Xbox has only sold 30 million consoles, and it's been being said that way for many years.
Oh, so what's the new stats?
And that number has to be. So he's saying it's around 45 million, right?
All right, 45.
And then how is 45 million not considered successful?
Yeah, he's right.
Everything's relative.
Right.
Like everything is relative. When your competitor is projected to sell more than twice than that, right? Your two competitors. Because I don't jive with that conversation that PlayStation and Switch are not competitors. You're competing for people's time. They're video game machines. They are competitors. Everything's relative. So yeah, in a world back in the day when the OG Xbox and the PlayStation, and again PlayStation 2 sold ridiculously, but I would say even before then, right? You're looking at like SNES days and Genesis days. Numbers like that look great. Everything is relative. We're in a different time now. Once the threshold is broken and you're talking about consoles that are selling hundreds of millions of units, when you're at 45, 5 to 6 years into your console cycle, it is poor relative to what your competition is doing.
No,
so
I get you.
Is it horrible? No, not by a stretch.
Yeah, you're talking
but
comparatively.
Again, all of that stuff is also exacerbated by the idea that with Game Pass, game purchases are overall down. I do not want to hear that argument that Game Pass pushes you to buy more games. I never understood that one.
Year one, we was lit. Year one. Come on, we had some data.
Never math for me.
We had some data, man. We had State of Decay.
I will say I never co-signed that stuff from day one. I always said the only thing that's helping, like if you were interested in that game, you were buying that game regardless if it's on Game Pass. But the only things it was hurting was like a lot of indie games. Because even myself was looking at some indie games like, I'll wait for Game Pass. I know that game. That game looks like a Game Pass game.
We had 6 months to 1 year run.
Like that, yeah. So again, it's the issue is that in this environment, in this climate, ever since the start of the PS4 generation, PlayStation has been a rolling stone, just kind of just gathering no moss and just moving and moving and moving, even in moments where they did not deserve it. In moments where they definitely dropped the ball, in moments where they did unconsumer things, and it just is what it is. When you look at it, it is a platform that most gamers want, and and when you talk about most gamers, we're talking about not the hardest of the hardcore. We're talking about everybody that purchases the casual that purchases it afterwards, right? And those guys aren't necessarily buying first-party games left and right. Those guys are playing their Fortnites, they're playing their Maddens, they're playing their 2Ks, they're playing any other free game on there, whatever. And those are the people that are, that make up the largest number of purchasers of that platform. And it's just, at the end of the day, you would think it bodes well for Xbox in that regard because, or at least in the past, right, where you had a Series S option, which was the cheapest option on the market at the time. And you could say, hey, all I want to play is Fortnite. All I want to play is Rivals. I'll play is this. What's the cheapest thing I can do console-wise that I can, plug under my TV and get to those games?
I just got some inside baseball. Somebody hit me that I shot that remain nameless. It was actually defending you. It was like, just listening to y'all. Ain't no shot they got 45 minutes. Somebody defended us. All right, cool. So who was the one that said 45? Who was the one that
it was Freddie Fox.
Yeah, Freddie Fox. I got some inside baseball from some people.
From
You know what I'm
somebody
saying?
who wouldn't
some
know.
high up that wouldn't know. And there's like, Cog, I'm listening to y'all right now. Ain't no way. I was like, all right, cool. I normally I don't blow this person up, but it was really timely, and I you know what I'm saying, just that information. So shout out to you know who you are that's listening. I appreciate that insight.
Again, so even okay,
They
if
said
it
they
is
had
under that
45
number.
or
No, they
didn't
said
have
ain't
no
no way.
shot they don't have.
45 right now. He's got some inside baseball on that one. You know,
At the end of the-
those
it.
should
Like,
remain
keep your
nameless.
expectations in check, my dude.
Yeah, they got
Yeah.
at Freddie Fox. They got at you right there.
Yeah, man. I mean, so again, it's just I get it. You know, they even before they decided to you know step on their own baby, it wasn't going great, right? And it, like I said, through not necessarily through any fault of the machine's own. The machine's fantastic. You know, we had that stopgap, but we didn't have a lot of great
Xbox has
games
always
coming
made
out.
And they got
good
games, bro.
consoles.
They
They've
got the
always
game.
made good consoles.
Yeah.
But they're, you know, a lot of the Xbox One generation, some of the Series S and X, it was a game output. Now they have plenty of games, but
the
they don't
Xbox
have no
One.
hardware.
Yeah. So yeah, man. You know what can I say? I will be there day one. Like I said, even if it ends up collecting dust under my TV, because it's an interesting pivot, and it's never been done before in this way. And you know, I will always give them this. They've always been the risk takers. They've always looked to the future and be like, hey, what do we do to differentiate what the status quo is? You know, OG Xbox obviously talked about it ad nauseum, but you know, hard drive in the machine, obviously Ethernet right out of the box, like things like that. You know, obviously the Dreamcast kind of started with some of that stuff as well. But you know, they've taken risks and kind of created baseline paradigms for where we are now because of those risks that have been taken, and now they're kind of, you know, they're trying to do it again. And, but from a position of weakness in that regard, where people aren't looking at them and confident in what they're going to do. But
I get it, and it's all damage done, you know, to themselves in the pivot, and I get it. And I just think, you know, ultimately, if you're gonna go out, so to speak, right?
Yeah,
you're gonna go out. You're gonna transition. I think to me, I would rather you transition this way, as opposed to the eras where we're from, where you wake up and you're Dreamcast and you're dead and there's nothing else, you know what I'm saying, kind of thing. We're just in an unusual time where it's like, okay, you're going to be a publisher, but you happen to have an off-ramp that is a console, and you know that console is not going to be a mass market device, and you know it's going to be expensive, but you're giving this option for people who want to still stay in your ecosystem and upgrade, so to speak. And we do know that this, what is it, the 9th generation? What are we currently, the 9th generation? I forget.
Yeah,
but,
this is 9th.
Yeah, so we know that this generation, because in Jez's article, he made a good point, is that this is an unusually long generation for two reasons. One, we've never had a situation where price hikes and stuff continue to go out throughout the generation, but also we are just now, how long we into this, 5-6 years, getting PlayStation and 5 and Series X and S only games with like a Battlefield and stuff like that. The majority of this generation has been hindered by extremely sticky past generation that wants to stay with cross generation.
That's one of the reasons that the consoles on both sides weren't selling. Like,
exactly, because it's
as
like
much
this,
as they normally do.
Right.
It's like, why buy it?
100%. So to me, it's just the way I look at it is a very high enthusiast group that will jump out there day one, but definitely not mass market, especially for that price. And but the key is the games, the ecosystem, in conjunction with them being this, you know, multi-platform holder. And we have to see if the numbers work. I don't know if that future works. I'm with you, Solve. I don't know if that. I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, I see the vision clear as day. Yeah, do you think it?
Yeah.
You know, but at the end of the day, it is a fair thing that I feel if anybody has a shot to do it based on their Windows connection and the synergies involved, it's them. The question is the question that always comes down to them, my final point, they always tend to be clairvoyant in where the industry goes. The question comes down there, are they too aggressive, or have they landed the vision in its totality and smoothly so that it's a clean pivot and it works? And, you know, as opposed to they do something, someone else did it better, and then, you know what I'm saying, we were like, they was first,
did it better,
but someone else did it better
in the proper time frame. And
correct.
You know,
there you go.
You can't have another "I have a console for you" moment. Like you can't have that again, or they're toast.
Correct.
Like, they're really toast.
Correct.
So
100%.
My hope is that they've learned that, right? And we are the pivot is at a time where the people like are accepting of it in a way. Like again, we always talk about this. All the pivots that they kind of announced with the start of the Xbox One generation that were received so negatively are baseline things right now, right? And it's just we weren't ready for it. Nobody was ready for it,
bro. I'm getting. It's so shout out to my man Hargy. I gotta shout you. He just sent me something. I ain't gonna say who it is. It's just gonna talk about there's a certain publisher who was putting out the amount of Generation 9
can say who it is.
I'm not gonna say who it is.
Put it in the super chat.
Oh, he put it in the super chat because I'm not saying that name unless it's in the super chat.
Take Two.
Okay, so someone sent me something from Take Two, and there's like 138 million Gen 9 consoles outstanding. So as a result of this, they are saying that's where the console sales number is coming from the Xbox side being higher than the 30 big. So again, I'm getting two competing things.
Yeah, and that was in the chat where they mentioned that it came from Take Two Financials. That was in the chat.
I will say
however, I will defer to my original source that I feel is a little close. But again, that's just me. But let it still be determined. Get that.
I will say that they have been at 30 million for a minute. Do I think they have 45? No. But I would say that they're probably closer to the 40 than they are the 30.
And I think, that's fair. I think both sides could be right with that answer. Like, it's probably not 30, but maybe it's not 45.
37.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I know it's the thing when it comes down to, like, the console thing and, like, I get it. The chat don't like my opinions on that Xbox brand. But here's the thing. Xbox has done nothing to earn my trust in their brand. They've consistently, put their foot in their mouth when it comes to the messaging. Their CEO has shown me he does not care about the Xbox brand in any way, shape, or form. Would love to be out of it.
Which CEO you talking about? This Satya?
All of them. Okay, so it's they've showed me that they
we respect Phil over here.
No, I'm talking about the people
Microsoft
in the building.
Yeah, I got you. Fair
Not the people at Xbox.
Fair enough. I just wanted to
they've showed me Amy Hood that all of them don't care. So it's just like, look, until I see that console in stores,
I feel you.
I gotta assume that every day Sartia can wake up on the left side of the bed instead of the right. Yeah, we got you.
You've been dealing with a deceptive girlfriend. And it's only right that you don't trust him after she said she was going to be loyal.
What's funny is like Cog always be telling me you gotta think, you gotta listen to what they say. They're telling me they don't care.
Right, and then what I'm telling you is Lisa saw them. Lisa said in the coach gym. She said, "Yo, Cog, I know you don't trust her, but I just saw them at the marriage joint. They got the lights, everything is. I saw the wedding plan. I got the profile. It's going down. I saw your name on the bill.
That's not how I took that. I took that as
Lisa.
I saw them on the registration list to get married in June.
Lisa
we make
said
it to June?
She paying for the wedding, Cog. You good? I wonder if I take you home. That's all I need. I said, thank you, Lisa. We good? Because I don't believe she's going to marry me. I don't believe she's going to marry me either.
Here's the thing. I have no issue with AMD.
Yeah.
It's
she paying for the
I don't trust.
But she paying for the wedding. They gave the bag to Lisa.
They can pay for the wedding.
They paid the bag.
People get married all the time. They don't show up to the altar.
She got the money. She said they got to follow through. She said you good.
That's
she
fine.
Said you get that ring in 2027, 2028.
People cancel weddings all the time, especially when the groom ain't
She already got the bag. She got the bag. She said, "Yo, you paying." She
can't get out. Wake up one morning and be like, "Yeah, you keep that bag."
And the contract is saying you don't get your money back. You go to get married.
Santi be like, "I'll see you in court."
For sure, there's consequences to dissolving.
Consequences, baby. We're doing a Vegas wedding, baby.
I'm not in the mindset to think that Santi ain't prepared to deal with that if he had to. Like, Santi will wake up one day and be like, I want to double dip on AI. Where can we get the money from?
We know he can't do that now.
But that's where it goes to your point where Salty might not have as much influence that he did 12 months ago. But I'm not going to sit here and act like, let's say Salty leaves and Amy Hood takes his place. I don't trust her either. So you can do the dance all you want.
I'm in. You ain't stopping my flow. I'm in a good flow right now, son. Anyway, let's get to Super Chats. We bugging.
All right, cool. And we got, let me see. Yeah, we got to roll back a little bit.
Take me.
Oh, damn, we got a bunch. Hold on. All right, we got Chancleta Mangu. Remember, for 26 months old bronze. I'm hearing a lot of skepticism around the one hardware manufacturer doing very consumer friendly things. Why aren't we rooting for this more?
Oh yeah, I always felt they get the bad end of the stick for some of the most customer friendly stuff, but it is what it is. But they ain't custom. We can't say that no more. They're not customer friendly no more.
No,
they raised the price up.
Prices are No,
it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
I guess maybe giving options, sure.
Yeah, options. Yeah.
But,
And play anywhere. Got to get a play anywhere. Yeah. That's crazy. Game Pass.
Yeah. The Angry Therapist, $5 super chat. I don't think Xbox will back out of this deal. It would reflect badly on Microsoft, and they want that RAM for the AI and data centers. It's true. Everything goes back to RAM.
And you heard about that rumor they working with that memory company? Some company that they got the memory stock, but we'll see.
Oh, there's a rumor now that the PlayStation handheld is going to have 24 gigs of RAM.
Are you serious?
That's a rumor. That's 24
crazy.
gigs of RAM. So yeah, look out for that in 2029. Oh man. Quick gameplay, $2 super chat. Would bet money on the next Xbox than PlayStation 6 Sony equals broke.
Yo, you messy.
Let me see. Chris R55, $5 super chat. To be honest, because of how long we had cross-gen titles, it feels like this gen has only really started like 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, I think the idea of generations, that concept has changed already. Like the idea of cross-gen being a thing for 4 or 5 years is just the norm, I think, right? And I think we could expect that moving forward. Like I don't really think, to the point where it's just fluid, I don't even think it's really worth the conversation anymore, because again, it just is what it is. Like sure, like you will reach a point where if you're trying to do the highest of the highest in fidelity and stuff like that, it'll not run well on the previous gen console. But like I said, these machines now are kind of being built with those kind of things in place to sort of at least buffer that a little bit, right? So we'll see. I could see generations, quote unquote, cross generation being even longer than it is now. Let me see. Robert Kellett, $5 super chat. An Xbox at $2,000 won't have the bandwidth to get those sales, even with meaty flops on the table. meaty floops on the table.
Listen, man, it's only for a select few. You know what I'm saying? Just for those enthusiasts. Otherwise, they cool with you staying where you at or buy the games other places.
Yeah, again, and it might mean something to someone who doesn't have a PC that can do what that machine does. And building a PC that can do what that machine does would be, whatever, minimum $300 to $500 more, if not more than that, right? Again, I'm not saying they're creating that type of middle ground, but it would behoove them to do that, if that's the case. Chancleta Mangu, again, $5 super chat. People who talk about fake frames thought they were playing native 4K on PS4 checkerboard, baby. If it's indistinguishable to the naked eye, that's all that matters. Facts. Stop talking numbers on console, please. There is nothing of raw power about a console. It's just not what that is.
Shit, my man Country Big said Magnus gonna be in the VIP section of the club. Big Magnus, baby.
And we have Project Aries, $5 super chat. How do we feel about the VR Steam frame as a Steam Deck on your face, or VR unit in general? Got to see the price and kind of really see it talked about in regards to the MetaQuest 3 and whatever comes after MetaQuest 3, if there is something after MetaQuest 3. Yeah, I think that would be the comparison point to me. But yeah, it's interesting. Again, price point I think matters here as well, like anything. But I haven't really kind of dug deep into what these specs mean and how it compares to what's out there. And it just kind of like, I don't see it as being a limiting thing necessarily, but again, price is going to matter if it's coming out at, and it's not quite what a MetaQuest 3 could do or whatever, things like that. So we'll see. No
doubt.
Son of Vision, $5 super chat. I'm going full PC with the next Xbox. I'm sick of all the thick laser mods only on PC. Yo ho, it's the high seas for me with Xbox. Master Race, go get it. Go get it. Then we have Lucius Augustus Rex, member for 53 months, Lord Bronze. Game purchases are down because the people who buy the most games have been pushed to PC. And when you do that, you go to Steam.
I don't see no lies too much, you know. I feel you.
Then we got Freddie Fox, $5 super chat. So if that nameless person can say no way it's 45 million, he must know the exact number. Then so what is it? And then tell Cog, please say it with your chest.
We are not snitching here. You know what I'm saying? I keep my insider business. But I appreciate you trying.
And we have Hargeet Chani, $10 super chat. Cog sent you to Take-Two Financials in Discord. That's where the estimate for Xbox Series consoles came from. Not sure if it's true or not, but that's where it's from. Yes.
Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
And to your point, I have seen that narrative as well. So yeah, and this has been out. Shout out to Des Laguerre. He did a video on this as well. So yeah, we don't know the exact number, but I hear both sides of where you're coming from.
Right. Then we have One Pump Man, $5 super chat. I love that name.
One shot at it, baby.
One shot, you done.
And we going to sleep.
Listen, whether Xbox dies or not, you guys will forever be my favorite Xbox podcast. Stop it. This is what we get. This is what happens.
This is what happens. That's hilarious. Salute.
Then we have Rufin Rufio, 4118, member for 16 months.
I don't like that name. In a Diddy area, you naming Rufy, right? What?
Rufin Rufio.
All right.
Rufio, isn't Rufio the name of the...
So it better be a character.
He's the Lost Boys, the head of the Lost Boys in the Peter Pan.
I'm trying to make sure he don't get canceled. He ain't Bill Cosby.
But maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I'm old, so that's where I remember that name from.
All right, fair enough. So what they said?
Oh, let me see.
He said if they canceled it, Addict.
If they canceled it, Addict, we get Steam Machine 2 a lot quicker. Let's see.
We'll see.
Got Freddie Fox once again, $2 super chat. If King was here, the slander would be in check.
Fact. Oh yeah, he'd be shutting us down. I was trying my best to invoke him, but
he'd be trying to shut us down.
Yeah, for sure. I was trying my best to invoke him. There's no one can compare to the King. Send some love to him, man. He's not feeling well though, for real.
Then we got the Angry Therapist MD, $20 super chat. The next gen of consoles we are getting might very well be our last, with NVIDIA stepping back on consumer video cards, which means AMD might too. They're pushing us all to cloud gaming and no ownership of our consoles and PC. Yeah, I mean, again, that is ideally where they would like to be from a standpoint of not having R&D overhead of creating graphics cards and things of that nature. Obviously, with this push into AI, which they think is what it is moving forward. And, you know, again, ultimately what they think and what they try to create and make into reality might reach an impasse where it's like we might hit a wall with some of this stuff. And they might, hopefully, my hope is that everything levels off, right? And ultimately everything does. I don't know where that leaves gaming at some point, right? Because I think we've been saying this for years, even before the AI push happened, where it's just like they're trying to figure out ways to get you games without the overhead of everything else that goes along with it, right? For me, like you know, as someone who played on consoles for a long time, and you know, still does play on console, but you know what I mean. The ideal situation for me moving forward, and this is pie in the sky, is for Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo to get together and make one machine.
Oh wow, you really kumbaya with this.
That is really pie in the sky. It really is.
Yeah.
But I think that way the games are what's going to matter. They create a piece of hardware that's acceptable for all of them across the board, and you forget about the hardware fight completely, and then you have this unified platform where all of these ecosystems live. And I think in that regard the games would be stronger. And I think moving forward, I think that would make the video game industry stronger. But again, that's pie in the sky.
Do you know how upset the Xbox people they are? You know how upset PlayStation and Nintendo fanboys would be if they all had to come together and sing Kumbaya?
I feel you, but if the alternative is death all the way around, I would take that 100%.
I think this, like, regardless what we talk about next gen being like Xbox's last or not last, I think next gen is everyone's last generation, regardless if they do it or not. I think by the time you do another 7-8 years, cloud computing will be at a point where everyone can do stuff on a tablet.
Solving the bushes for this We Are the World comment. All right. Come back to me in a couple years where they're like, yeah, we shutting it down. Full stop, shutting it down.
So you trying to say it's going to be like a Thanos and they're going to have to get to the Avengers? Everybody going to kumbaya together?
What,
Against Thanos?
what do you think?
And then you would and then at that point, then tell me about, if you would have loved your Plitch box. Plitch box socks.
What is the max you guys would pay for next gen Xbox before you like? Nah, I'm good. Like
I'll pay whatever it costs.
Whatever it costs. So they hit you up a $2,500.
Unless for the price I'm getting, it like
It's not the value.
the right what you're getting value wise and power wise
Steam
isn't.
Deck is because it doesn't make sense like power wise.
Yeah.
Well, I had that. I mean, I had a Steam Deck, and
Steam machine.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense power wise for me. For again, as somebody who has lost a lot of time being able to play, in front of my TV, that makes no sense for me.
Guys in the chat, puts the max that you would pay for the next gen Xbox. I would pay $1,000. I think that's as far as I would go. $1,000. Like they would have to get me with like some like extra stuff to get me to like go above $1,000. But if they did, like if they found a way to work around like the Play Anywhere stuff where like they only had to port it once and it worked efficiently and effectively, I would be more open if it was more than $1,000. But they have to show me that, first off, I'm not going to lose my Final Fantasies, because I'd be damned if I spent this whole time simping for this company to get these games on here. And then we lose them because now, it just doesn't make sense to Square Enix.
Nah, you good. I think for me, between 12 and 15, I think only 15 if it's like that. That when they do that breakdown from a PC comparative standpoint, and if it's like that mid to high end, then it's like, okay, it's comparative there. Okay, then I would normally pay that for a new rig anyway. So then it would justify. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm already in the Ally.
Aesthetically, if it looked cool enough, I would probably spend a little bit more too.
Yeah, I hope they nail the the look and stuff
if
like that.
If it looks like that futuristic look that just looks like something I would want to own, they would probably suck.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I want to see it out in the wild. I want to be able to test that. Like again, I'm the dude that got on live and was playing Assassin's Creed 2 in mayonnaise, like just to see that the streaming stuff actually worked. And it worked. Technically, it worked, but it was horrible. But so I want to be there to see it. I don't want to be here commenting on something that I'm not experiencing firsthand. So
facts.
And another thing, like the I just like the next gen type of controller, like what they do with that. That would be important to the matter. It's like I want to be able to play on Xbox. There's certain aspects that like not focusing on hardware that they got to show me has been resolved before I feel comfortable investing into that hardware.
No, I feel that. Like I said, they got you're the target audience. They have to convince for sure.
Yeah. Chancleta Mangu, $5 super chat. Hardware options, Xbox Play Anywhere, xCloud. Software options, whether you like Game Pass or not. If PlayStation and Nintendo gave us any of these, we crown them. You're 100% right.
100% right.
You're 100% right. It's just that, again, where they are as a brand at this point makes people not care about those things. Except if you're benefiting from it 100%. But as a general sort of thinking around the brand and the ecosystem, it's not enough people that care.
Right. And the fact that we talked about the marketing and we talked about the horrible messaging that contradicted a lot of the action. So thus the distrust. You have Attic. You have a lot of Attic is not by himself on this. There are tons of people who feel the same way. We're just like, yo, it sounds nice until I see it. You know what I'm saying? Until because we've seen so many changes with them organizationally that I can understand. You got to show improve until we see it, kind of thing. So I get that.
Because that's why it's like one of those standpoints where it's like you guys wake up one morning and decide you want to invest into the next hot thing.
No, I feel it. They've got.
But I do agree
reputation.
with you. I do feel Satya. I don't think it would be hard for him to convince shareholders to like double invest into anything right now. So.
Yeah, I like him in a position of weakness.
Yeah, he's stupid.
Look, man, that AI is starting to fumble a little bit. I'm like, all right, yes.
I like that AI ain't doing what AI would do.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Selfishly as a gamer, because I'm going to be real with you, Saul, before I go. Respectfully, and I love everybody that's got a job there, so I'm not here for y'all. I'm here for the bro in the building. Xbox. That's cool that the other dudes is doing 30%. If you took Xbox out of that building and anybody ran this $26 billion business or whatever it is, they think that would be very successful. You know what I'm saying? It's just that the house that they live in, there's these expectations that are wild. You know what I'm saying?
It's like what's a popular family like the Kennedys? It's like that's the son that didn't become the president.
Yeah, man. Don't be Kardashian my mans like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you took him out of that house, everybody be like, yo, this is a thriving business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's because they over there and everybody else
is relative.
Yeah, relative. Pumping 30%. They looking at my man crazy like he ain't, you know what I'm saying? Doing
like he's not averaging. He's
like, bro, y'all. And what's funny is the people in the house don't know nothing about gaming. That's what got me mad. Like, they don't know nothing about the art. That's why we always said this all. The art and the business of gaming don't coexist well. You got stakeholders who do not care about any of that nonsense.
Care about a dollar bill.
They like, what's up with the profit though?
You could easily make that dollar bill, but you have to make it in a certain way. Like you can't just throw money at
and that's
stuff.
the problem.
That's why there's too many companies. They want to make money by making games, and there's not enough companies that make games that so happen to make money.
Yeah, exactly. And then you have an ABK acquisition, and then now you're beholden to a different standard.
Facts, 100%. I'll give them that. I give them that. All right, what else we got?
Then we got Sagging Nutsack. Hit the £5 super chat. Wild. I don't mind paying whatever as long as it is comparable to its PC build. Agreed. Speaking of Microsoft, I don't care as long as Game Pass exists.
Oh, so what if Game Pass don't exist? You out?
Probably.
I want to know about that.
Yeah.
Game Pass going away would be disappointing in that factor. I wouldn't say that I would be like devastated if something happened to it, but it's definitely one of the key things that like makes the Xbox platform stand out.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's what that price hike got on my nerves. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's what y'all main thing y'all had going for y'all. That's what everybody really turned on them too. Besides the multi-plat, when they raised that Game Pass,
like what was it? Solved like 6 months because I hit up Solve. I'm like, they got that Game Pass for like it was like $15 for like 3 months, and he bought me 5 of them.
I had to stack a bunch of them there.
Came through.
And I was like, and then like 3 weeks later, they announced that, we ain't
price
doing
hike
this no more.
Price hike. So we good? We caught up?
Insane. Yeah, we're caught up.
All right, cool. Now, this technically was King's topic. I'm going to have to condense because I know we have bars, but I'm going to get the main things. You want to talk about the PlayStation financials. We're not ducking the fade, which they have room in the title. All right. So, shout out to Tweak Town. Man, Derek Strickland in the building. Good stuff over there. PS5 hit 92.2 million sales with 8 million PS5 sold over the holidays, yet still lags behind the PS4. The Q3 of 2025 results of Sony reveals that the PlayStation has now reached those 92.2 million units shipped worldwide. I'm going to say shipped because if King was here, he would say shipped with a strong word. I'm going to defend my man just how he would have said shipped, Cog. So there he goes. TLDR, we said that. Okay, so
what you doing, Cog?
What you do is shipped. Exactly. They in a warehouse somewhere.
See, I wish you would at least give it some
warehouse. You know he going to put the pic.
The scalpers got him in the warehouse.
With the dudes with the watchdog masks and the faces with the PS5s in the back. I know how my man do.
The terrorist looking dudes.
Facts.
I wish I could get at least that picture. That picture was
so funny. I
He's like, that's where all y'all guys stuff is at.
Ain't none of them consoles turned on. He said, despite slower sales, the PS5 is projected to surpass the PS4's lifetime sales of 117.2 million by mid-2027, driven by strong digital console profitability and steady shipment trends. All right, they talk about Sony delivered strong results when it comes to the hardware. They shipped to 8 million PlayStation 5 consoles in holiday 2025. Now, it is down. King will let me, he's going to key on this, down from the 9.5 million PS5s that it shipped from holiday 2024. And then he said, as far as their launch analysis, data shows that the first quarter, this is still comparative to the PS4. We already kind of reiterated that. Now, they did say as far as the shipments, they talk about the trends, they still talk about this comparative to PS4. I want to get the other data though. Oh, okay. So they've Sony has sold nearly 20 million PS5 consoles per year between fiscal year 2022 and 2024. However, those sales have slowed down throughout their current period of fiscal year 2025, with the company reaching 14.4 million PS5 shipments in the first 9 months. Data shows that Sony could sell up to 3 million PS5s in Q4 2025, pushing that total to around 17.4 for the year. This would raise the cumulative amount of PS5 shipments. So pretty much they said the trends continue. Sony could still sell 18 to 20 million units through fiscal year 2026. And they talk about that again more comparatively. Now, the other bit of data that I want to get is that first-party stuff. So Sony has made at least 2.3 billion selling first-party games on PC and Xbox. New data revealed by Sony indicates that the company has generated a cumulative total number of 2.3 billion from selling both sales on both the Xbox and the PC platform. They have a chart there. They talk about, Helldivers is mentioned in there. I see that as well. They talk about now, as per Sony, their other software segment is defined as revenue from sales of first-party titles, including add-on content and platforms other than PlayStation consoles. So according to Tweaktown's findings, Sony made at least that 2.37 billion from selling games and contents on other platforms. And they said that's a cumulative total that runs from the first segment reporting in Q1 2022 all the way to Q3 2025, Sony's present holiday quarter. This is a long article. I'm just trying to parse as much as I can. They said research. This is from Tweak. He said he took the numbers provided by Sony and added in the various games that Sony released on Xbox and PC over the years. Some of the games on the list aren't technically first-party games, yet how exactly Sony makes this distinction remains unclear. Research shows, though, Sony considers Helldivers 2 to be a first-party game, despite it being developed by Arrowhead, and Sony considers MLB The Show series to be a first-party franchise. So Sony's efforts to bring its PS5 games catalog to PC has proven to work well over the years.
Except for the show.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Just letting you know what your man said.
Except for the show.
Fair enough. Well, the other software segment isn't delivering tremendous multi-billion revenues per quarter. Sony has created another avenue for consistent, cumulative, and ongoing sales for its evergreen games through persistent, always available backchat. And they said, as far as Xbox, they said they Sony will use Xbox kind of as a tertiary, so tertiary is 3, right? The third home for its online-driven games, treating the platform as an avenue for only certain types of engagement, the online microtransaction-driven kind. And thus they have the slide of the Helldivers and stuff like that. And then the last bit, unless you want me to save this for the next, is when we talk about the Horizon Gathering, because it was kind of like a combo topic. Or we just don't go on with that? Or y'all want to talk about
throw them both in.
Throw them together. All right. So shout out to the PlayStation blog. Horizon, Sony Guerrilla's outside again, announcing Horizon Hunters Gathering, Guerrilla's new co-op action game. So we're talking about these online services going to PC stuff. Will be going to PC as well, day and date. Guerrilla is talking about Horizon Hunters Gathering as a cooperative action game developed for PS5 and PC that lets up to 3 players team up as heroic hunters to protect the world under the threats from deadly machines. It's like it's got a very painterly, cel-shaded kind of art style. Combat is tactical, reactive, and deeply skill-based, based on the tactical precision of Horizon games while embracing the dynamics of team play. They talk about challenge. They talk about replay of holds. They talk about 2 game modes, machine incursion. They also talk about it's also Cauldron Descent. Both modes will be available in their upcoming closed playtests for the PlayStation beta program on PS5 and PC. We're excited for players to get hands-on and help shape the game with their feedback. So yeah, we got the financial solve, and we got this new, they're making money as far as the consoles and stuff as far as shipped, and then they talking about making money from the first party, putting it on Xbox and PC, and then they announced a game, that is this Horizon Hunter Gathering, which is going to be on PC day and date. So what are your thoughts on all this stuff, financials in this game?
To me, at the end of the day, it kind of feels like this is par for the course of what happens, when you're getting closer to the end of a console cycle, right? Or, at least what we perceive to be the end, right? Maybe they do extend it out. And so, dropping in terms of sales, hold on a second, I had this in front of me a moment ago. Hold on a second. No, I haven't. Okay, yeah. Cool. So yeah, let me see. Revenue. 4% decline year over year, 10.48, 10.5 billion. Operating income marked a third quarter record for the segment. PS5 hardware, 8 million units sold, 15 to 16% decrease. Yeah, I mean, these are all things that kind of are to be expected around this time. Obviously, software and services increasing. They said that Yote was a big part of that, right? Yote doing very well for them. And then just the idea of like this, the proliferation of digital sales, right, and moving more into that sector. And then again, that metric I don't like, the monthly active users.
You don't like that metric?
I hate
That's
that
the metric, baby. That's what we doing.
Whack ass metric. How many of those are just turning on the machine to download the updates and stuff like that? Listen,
man, the more people turned on is the more potential for purchase. For purchases on the platform.
Where have we gone?
You don't want to know how many horses was ridden in Red Dead Redemption?
So yeah, listen, I don't know. I don't know what kind of response anybody would want from me on this, other than that, like none of this feels dire. It kind of feels like where they are. Obviously, this console generation is different than past console generations in that, like, yeah, hardware prices are going up and not down. They've been able to buffer themselves a little bit from that because they kind of prepared for it. You know, they were able to give some deals during the holidays and things like that. And price wise, have kind of been able to keep it close to where it was at launch at the very minimum, which is sad to say, but it's a plus considering where the rest of the industry is, where Xbox is specifically in this regard, where we think Nintendo might have to go. So they've done a good job with that. And, 8 million sales is nothing to sneeze at. It's still on pace to outdo the PS4. So like all of these things, the decreases are things that make sense. The idea that we talked about, in the previous topic about how they don't want any conversation around the next gen PlayStation to be out there. They're not going to proliferate that. But the fact of the matter is the moment that your perceived competition is talking about it, it's out there, and the conversation is happening with people who like to have that conversation, right? Who like to have those comparisons.
You funny.
So whether the PlayStation themselves don't want any of that conversation to be out there, it's out there and it's happening. And there are certain circles where they're arguing potential power and this, that over this, and SSD and all the
Magnus versus Cadence, flop versus flop.
Whatever, flop for flop, right? And then now the potential of a potential like a handheld comparison, right? If Xbox does decide
Jazz
to
is back outside, they coming for Cadence.
Yeah. So listen, that conversation's out there and it's gonna happen. So what that means for them, I don't like. For me, everything that we've heard about, Canis and what that is, it's trying to sort of level off pricing yet again, right? And kind of the initial conversations around that was like, hey, Canis should not cost as much as a PS5 Pro. Like they were trying to get back to normalcy, right? But again, obviously you don't know what the market's going to look like. Obviously at that point when they were talking about that, the AI sort of boom, the RAM sort of shortages and stuff that was happening with AI still wasn't a thing. So to me it's a conversation that absolutely, is going to happen around them, whether they like it or not. And at some point, they're going to have to sort of respond and maybe do the same sort of controlled leak and be like, hey, Canis is this, or Canis is that, or whatever. Or maybe they don't.
Or hashtag no PS6, they don't come out and they keep this generation moving.
They keep this generation moving, right? Which again, from a business perspective, does behoove them. Again, I can't see Xbox getting, mind share back unless they release like some amazing looking thing that can't be done on anything other than that platform, whatever. And that just doesn't make sense. Like, I don't see, I don't see Xbox magically being able to get back into conversation and then Microsoft deciding to pivot all the way back. I guess that's not going to happen.
I feel like I saw that too.
Right. So I don't think they have that worry necessarily, but at the end of the day, you also don't want to have again, your perceived competition out there for a year or two before you're ready to drop your machine. Yeah,
but I'm saying perceived. Who this big PlayStation?
Yeah, you know,
who we ain't. Them dudes, they waved the flag. They threw the games to us. Like, that's not even the ops no more. That's a partner.
Stop console, Ori.
Either way, I would not want to be, 2 years removed from a launch of an Xbox.
Mud hole in them dudes. The line was folded.
Yet. That still doesn't bode well for you or behoove you to do that.
They can't even sell all the joints right now. Like, what we worried about? We worried about big Nintendo. What we talking about? We talking about them dudes? The flag waving?
Yeah, I'm done. You know I ain't gonna console war with you.
You ain't trying to engage.
Cog is missing King so much.
I'll miss my cousin.
I know, because I'm telling whatever. On to the next subject.
Nah, you good on that. The knee with me adding. Nah, you good. You can have it.
Next.
I got you, Kay. Don't worry. I'm gonna keep your name alive.
So moving on to Hunter's Gathering. I think it's a bad name, first of all. God, I don't like it. It sounds so passive and like whack. Like it sounds
gathering sound whack.
Yeah, it sounds like a farming sim game, like or something like that. Like
we could be getting fruits and berries,
berries
together.
And stuff like that. Yeah. And if you play Verizon, like the Hunters, like the Gathering and stuff like that is it is their sort of like rite of passage, sort of like Olympic Games that they have or whatever. It was something that was. I remember something similar happening in Horizon 1. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think the things that stand out for me with this is that. So it survived the live service culling that happened at PlayStation.
Why is it only the Guerrilla Games and Herman Host games always survive?
Big Herm in the building.
Why is this franchise the only one that survives against multiple versions of games and Lego games? What's going on, Herm?
I will say this. Once they really realized that a lot of these games were not going to, do what they needed them to do, the Concords happened in this, I think something that I talked about way back that makes sense is like, and again, they didn't do this with their Last of Us multiplayer game, but I would say if you're going to continue to try to dip your toe in here, do it with your known franchises so that at the very least, the people that come to these games have a point of understanding of what that is, as opposed to trying to push a brand new IP in these sort of saturated markets already. If you give me another brand new IP, in the market that is going to be an extraction shooter or something of that nature, it may get lost in the mix with like, what's going on out there right now, right? Obviously, what's the game that everybody plays now?
What's that? High guard. I can tell what you was talking about. What's that thing that y'all was doing?
You have Marathon coming. You have for me, if you want to try to at least bring in your faithful, doing it with a known franchise kind of makes sense, right? Obviously, they didn't follow that sort of thinking when it came to the Last of Us multiplayer game, but I do kind of understand why you stick to the Horizon game, right? Horizon is very popular overall. I try to love Horizon, and I just can't love it. It's fine to me. It's beautiful. It's the most gorgeous for me. I don't know why. I remember when the first one came out.
I can't connect with it for some reason.
I can't connect.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. The gameplay is great. Like there's nothing wrong with it per se. Aloy to me is too heroic. Like she doesn't have any flaws, and that doesn't make her super interesting. And I know the first one came out a week before Breath of the Wild, and that didn't help it. And the second one came out, and it was kind of better, as a product anyway. I like the story in part one. But I just, for whatever reason, it just never resonated like that. But sales-wise, it does very well, and they've been milking it, right? You had the VR game, you had this,
Part
you had
two, from a technical masterpiece, though. Part two, the way it looked, was
exactly.
Crazy. Even though they was mad at you when you said that they don't got the free motion, they was mad at you when you were trying to talk about the wall climb. They came at you. They did not like your slander for that.
Yeah, I did not like that. I like that. That's fine though. It's true. It's not fine. And you have Light of Moderum trying to be a thing and bite off of them and whatnot. So I mean, Horizon is popular. and I understand why they made the art style cartoonish.
They're going
If
for
you
that
were-
Fortnite money.
They're going for the Fortnite look. They're going for that, the type of gamer
Not to
that
mention,
sees that.
Alloyd's been on Fortnite multiple times.
Right.
Oh, really?
Right.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
And I also think from a technical perspective, I think it's a bigger, if you're thinking about eventually maybe, if this thing is successful, maybe moving it to more than just PC and maybe going an Xbox route, maybe a PlayStation route, Switch route, sorry.
It was interesting that they put that on, they put Helldivers on Xbox, but not that.
Yeah, but not that. It kind of makes sense because you want to have an art style and an engine that is malleable. And if you were gonna build this game straight up in Decima, this it's I don't know that it would suit it to look super realistic and invoke sort of base Horizon. For this, multiplayer game that's supposed to be very quick and stuff like that. I think it just technologically, it's a bigger lift.
Yeah.
Building it in that engine as opposed to doing something like this, where I just think it works better across the board if it is successful and you want to, port it to other things. So that makes sense, but it makes me care about it even less than I would have if it looked like a regular Horizon game, right?
You don't want the
Also-
RPG to roguelite? You use a roguelite.
No.
Oh, solve. Here's the thing. That for you, you could do single player selfish solve, and the AI dudes. You don't have to do multiplayer with the co-op.
Well,
he doesn't care about the game that it actually.
I don't care about it as much. If I cared about it more, I might do that, But maybe whatever. Maybe I try it. I don't know. Another
He's
thing.
looking at it like, oh, it's cute.
It's
It looks
cute.
cool. Like,
We'll see what it does. We'll see what it does. Right there are plenty of PlayStation faithful. There are plenty of people that love Horizon in general that might gravitate to this just to see what it is. I have seen online that there has been a lot of discussion around that art style. And the other thing around beyond the art style is the idea that Guerrilla themselves made this and they did not outsource this at all, which means that Horizon 3, if you want that, is considerably further out than you would have wanted it to be.
Because this is going to be further out. They don't have no release date, no window.
Right.
This
Yeah,
is definitely,
you're
right.
This was made entirely by them.
By Guerrilla. So, and that's
And
an
I think
interesting
it's in
call.
2018, didn't it? Like a ridiculous long.
So you think
time.
is that maybe more the frustration from PlayStation fans who don't like this is that they like, yo, we got to deal with this as opposed to getting a new dedicated Horizon or another title?
Exactly. Right. And that, in addition to the idea of like, it better be good. Because again, when you think about a multiplayer centric thing, the team that built Horizon isn't the team that built Killzone, right? I would say, okay, that team has an understanding of multiplayer and this, that, and the other, even if it is totally different. But and this is just me kind of spitballing. I kind of feel like the team that was put together to build Horizon didn't necessarily have, inroads in multiplayer and stuff like that, or as much experience in multiplayer. They built that team to build a third person, RPG-esque, action game. It
was a big pivot at the time.
Right. So I don't know, like, again, because hopefully it's good. Like the thing about this, right? Say what you will about how it looks and Guerrilla making it and not making Horizon 3 right now and this, that, and say all of that. If it's good, then it has a chance. Right. If they spent all these years and resources to build something that's mid to not great, then that's a bigger problem, right? And I don't know. I guess we will see. Right. But again, sometimes
put the studio at risk if it doesn't generate any money.
Because it is doing, once again, what we've seen has caused them problems, and is taking a team that is known for doing a certain thing, is expert at doing a certain thing, and say, hey, make this other thing.
I see where you're going.
And then you get a Naughty Dog situation where it's like, oh, we didn't know we'd have to continue to support the multiplayer game in perpetuity. It's like, what? What are you talking about? Like, I don't know
why these companies feel like making games as a service is easy. It's the reason why, some of the most successful ones doing it, like Bungie, still have issues, mad issues doing it.
I mean, are we being too hard on it? And the fact that they're saying it's a cooperative action game, it's like the fact that it may be linear and story. You know, are we pushing the live service on it when it's just really a cooperative game? Because we still don't know a lot about it.
You say tomato, I say tomato. They still gonna want to push this as like the PvE aspect of that.
I mean, to your point,
my thing is this. My thing is, if it is just that, then why change the art style, right? If it is just that, why change the art style? You've already seen what something cartoony did for the franchise. When we're talking about, the Lego game. The Lego game didn't do much, right? So at that point, you already know that what people want from Horizon is what they've gotten in the first 2 single-player games. So this pivot isn't necessarily warranted unless you're pivoting it all the way into full-on service, right? So and if it's not that, then I don't understand the logic behind making it.
To y'all point, because y'all are cooking, they saying between missions, you return to Hunter's Gathering, a vibrant,
just like a game,
a vibrant social hub where players can connect, prepare, and celebrate victories together. Here, you can customize your hunters, visit vendors, upgrade gear, and team up for your. You know what this is giving me, Addict? This sounded like Towerborn's initial vision.
This sounds like the Tower in Destiny.
Yeah, it sounds like Destiny. Like remember when Towerborn, we was like, damn, we like it. We just don't want to be forced to be online only. And just, again, we don't know if this is an online only. In fairness to them, there's still a lot we don't know. But that sentence, remember we coming to this is like literally what Towerborn sounded like. But we don't know. We don't know.
They're screaming we making an apple, but they're not telling you it's an apple.
Correct.
I'm probably going to assume it's an apple.
All right. And then we got CHH323 in the chat saying,
you know, that is Christopher Hart. You go Christopher Hart is on you
but
right
Gorilla
now.
Can't. Oh, but this is the thing. Cool, Christopher Hart. Ideally, that it doesn't bother me. I'm speaking from the point of like, look at where the business is now. Is it the best to take your team that is known for this, to make this, to not make the thing that they're known for, that people are wanting from them, and to pivot into something? If you turn around and you say this is not a game as a service right out the bat, then I'm not really even having this discussion with you. The fact that that's still kind of unclear as to how much of a game as a service it is, or is it just a straight up multiplayer game? That's what I worry about. You have other resources that could do this.
I think a lot of the leaks we've heard about this game all said it was a game as a service.
As a service, right? So that is my worry. If we live in a world where that whole concept is something new and they're pivoting and they're like, oh, we want to take a little break from Horizon and do this. These are decisions that in this day and age can tank you. You know what I mean? So especially when you're doing it with the base team. Exactly, and that's my worry, right? That is my worry, that you've already kind of pissed some people off by changing the art style and giving it this cartoony look. If it falls into all of the other traps of a game as a service, as we learn more and more about it, then you really have to pray that it is successful. It is good, and then it's accepted by the masses, and that it's successful. If not, you spent how many years on something that nobody wants? And that's the problem. Like, if you tell me they're pivoting away from Horizon and making another third-person action game / RPG or whatever, cool, give me another world, whatever. I know you're good at that, right? And in any other situation, I would not be opposed to them making a multiplayer game either. It's just that that's not the world we live in anymore. So that doesn't necessarily come from me as like what I would want as a gamer. As a gamer, I want you guys to. I don't necessarily like you putting out the same sequel after sequel after sequel. I like to take risks. It's just that we live in a pretty risk averse world now.
Right.
We live in a realm where, see, like most companies, how one would think is like, look, this is going to be a risk. If it doesn't work out for us, we'll just have them go back and make what they were making. But we live in a system where they're like, "Oh, you shut that whole damn company down."
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean,
do I think that's happening? No,
Guerrilla?
I think regardless if this game is successful or not, I do think that I think Guerrilla's going to be safe. I don't think there's even.
Yeah, I don't necessarily see that Guerrilla's going to be, put under by one, game that's kind of not received well. I don't necessarily say, but again, it always it starts somewhere, right? It starts somewhere.
The fall starts
Somewhere.
The fall off. Jake, are you doing?
Yeah.
Look, I want to get Games Radar's comment because I guess they talked to Guerrilla and they was like, as a studio that brought everyone the Killzone series, Guerrilla already has co-op experience under its belt. The game director Arjan Bach even saying multiplayer games has always been part of our studio's DNA. So it'll be exciting to see how this is brought into the Horizon universe for the first time. And then he just said, as Bach stated in the debut trailer, it's still early days for the game, but we can expect to get further development announcements in the coming months. And then they got the Discord and then obviously the closed beta stuff. So, that's a disingenuous statement, because if you let's put up a list of team members that made Killzone and a list of team members that made Horizon. I guarantee you that there isn't that much overlap. Like it's not. Like stop. He says no. You feeling that? Oh man. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, Attic, your thoughts on Horizon together? You got your balls off on that one, or you have more to say on it?
I think I got pretty much all my bars. It's like here. They're clearly going after the Fortnite money. They want that. Now it's like Cog said, what type of games as a service? Is this going to be one? Mm-hmm. Is this just going to be like a campaign, like you play with your friends? Mm-hmm. Because this games as a service definitely has PvE modes only.
I got more quotes from Bach. He coming for Solve now. I got more quotes. He said the Guerrilla team will be holding a small-scale closed test at the end of February 26th. You can sign up for the Horizon Hunters Gathering. And then my man Bach, the team lead, he's like, on a personal note, this is both an exciting and daunting step for us. Multiplayer games has always been part of our studio's DNA, and it's where I began my own career, Solve. Bringing a co-op hunting experience into the Horizon universe is something we've envisioned for a long time, and we're approaching it with care, Solve, ambition, Solve, and passion, Solve. I hope the coming months give you, Solve, a sense of the scale and complexity of what we've been building, Solve, or better yet, letting you, your stubborn self, experience it for yourself in the playtest, Solve. He coming for you. He got balls directly at you.
I ain't king, man. I ain't king. I don't make these statements lightly. You show me a list. Show me the list of devs, and I want to see the Venn diagram of devs.
Listen, man, what's my man Amun Bach? What's his name? Listen, we got to get him on the show. You talking slick, man. You talking slick. To my man Arjan said he been there for day
Guerrilla
one.
Made Killzone. Yeah, Guerrilla made Killzone.
Gorilla, man.
Not the same Gorilla that made Horizon.
Gorilla Unit. G Unit made this for Arjan Bach. Day one, 50 Cent. He was there. But
the way I like to incorporate studios is like eras, like studio heads take over and stuff.
Yeah,
like this is this person's Gorilla, this is that person's Gorilla. Like the person leading the charge.
He the lead. Y'all friend on him, son.
Yeah, it's like Bungie coming out saying, "Yeah, we made the original marathon, so this marathon gonna be hot." Get out of here.
I'm calling Arjan Bach. Y'all talking slick. Game director Arjan Bach, you are welcome to come on ILP because Solve is addict, man. I'm trying to spit your balls for you. They try to say you ain't built like that.
I'm real with you. Keep your happy ass where you at, because I don't care.
Gorilla Unit.
You gonna come on and have this like diabolical conversation, and all you're gonna hear is, I don't care what you got to say, dude.
Said it's part of our DNA. We day one on multiplayer, bro. They like, what y'all talking about?
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. That's so like.
He said we got wild co-op experience under our belt. It's in our DNA, son. You get the Kendrick. It's in our DNA.
Here's the thing, though. Like, just because they've been working on he's probably right. There's probably a lot of people that's working on other multiplayer aspect games, but none of that has anything to do with Killzone.
And none of that has anything to do with the fact that you took a game that's known for fidelity and art, and you turned it into a cartoon.
Listen, man, I'm gonna get Ong Bak on.
And he said Ong Bak.
I'm getting Ong Bak on, son. I disrespect the Ong Bak. That's the god, right?
The cost of warring out of this man today.
I'm here for King, son.
He's reading. See, even King.
I got King script.
I
got King script today.
It's not in color. You let him sit there in the abyss. Like he's picking out stuff just to console war about. Like,
listen, man, Ong Bak, y'all fronting this man been there day one.
Ong Bak.
Ong Bak. That's what we calling him, son. Arjan Ong Bak was there. He said we built this multi-players.
His
And
name
I
would be
did.
Archon on God.
Oh God, that's what we gonna call. On God in them, son. That's what we doing. But we gonna see. Solve is not a believer. Solve is not a believer. Bro.
Hey, I'm happy to be proven wrong. I'm happy to be proven wrong. I just think just beyond that part, forget the multiplayer part. There's things you've done to put barriers to this people liking this game. I'm just saying. But again. I mean, look, listen, I didn't make the game. I don't know how to make a game. I'm just an outside observer.
All right. Shout out to Alpha Love. He said, King wouldn't care about half the stuff you start, Cog. Don't bring on King. All right, fair enough. King would just say, you're right. All right. King would be like, this is a flop. Who is this for? King would say they stupid for not bringing it to Xbox. What the hell's wrong with them? This going to die a horrible death. On day one with 5 sales. Who is this for? Run it up on them bumps.
Mr. Genesis says, from the studio that made is a giant fake thing that means nothing. as we've recently seen with High Guard.
Facts.
That does not mean anything.
That's what King said. This is a super flop day one. Who they going triple plastic on this? Who's this for? And they should have brought the Xbox to Switch.
So hard to get King's people to like him.
I did it for y'all. I told y'all what my mans would be going to say what's going on, man. But I agree though, Giamatti. The game should be on Nintendo and Xbox to have a chance. I agree.
100%.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
I don't think they care. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, Richard Toy West King, send King some love now. He is not feeling well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, put hashtag triple plastic. That's what King would say. He was going to go triple plastic.
Triple plastic. I give me triple plastic.
Triple plastic. He ain't going nowhere. So we good. And then y'all just want to combine this last one because we kind of already talked about the Steam. Let's just get about it. So I'm just going to bring it back to you with this one because this was literally what we talked about during the Xbox segment, which was the Valve, man. They put it out there. Shout out to Tom's Hardware. They're saying that Steam Machine definitely delayed. And they reconsidering pricing, critical component shortage, and cost could be behind this move and the delay. And yeah, they said when it was unveiled in 2025, many expected it to arrive in first quarter, but we still haven't got it. And then Valve put out the statement. When we announced these products in November, we plan on being able to share specific pricing and launch dates by now. But the memory and storage shortages you've likely heard about across the industry have rapidly increased since then. Valve said in their hardware blog, the limited availability and growing prices of these critical components mean we must revisit our exact shipping schedule and pricing, especially around the Steam Machine and Steam Frame. Which one is the Frame? Is that the VR?
The Frame is VR, yeah.
Okay. So the company still plans to ship all 3 products during the first half of the year, but it said that it's being mindful of how quickly the circumstances around both these things should change with the current memory shortage driven by AI data centers, massive demand for HBM. What's HBM? I forget what that is.
Massive demand for what?
Massive demand by HBM. Driven by AI data centers, massive demand for HBM, I don't know, something modules, I don't know, is pushing many PC makers to the edge, with both manufacturers and system integrators announcing price hikes to deal with the situation. And they said, furthermore, about industry players with deep pockets would likely have a hard time acquiring chips from the big 3 manufacturers. One memory chip maker saying that relationships with memory suppliers matter in a crunch. And while Valve's Steam Deck single-handedly revived the PC market, it's still relatively niche manufacturer compared to traditional PC makers like Asus and Dell, which have already announced massive price hikes. Then they also talk about the price. Many thought it was going to come in before the shortage, that this would come in around $550 to $600. But with the price of DRAM and NAND skyrocketing, especially after RAM kits, SSD, and discrete GPUs, where no longer this would be possible. Sure, if this would be possible. There have been leaks showing the Steam Machine priced at more than $1,000 for the 1 terabyte version. But this came from a third-party retailer and not directly from Valve. So yeah, we're gonna wait a few more weeks. They said she snitched. Lisa, she back in the building. Here we go. AMD, yes, my girl. Look, wonder if I take you home. CEO Lisa Su said during the company's earnings call, latest snitch, from a product standpoint, Valve is on track to be shipping its AMD powered Steam machine earlier this year. So they still on track. Hopefully, we'll just have to wait a few more weeks or months before we finally know the retail price. Oh, they forced to come out. Yes, I love Lisa. Of the much awaited PC console as it becomes available from our favorite store. Oh, yeah, they got to come out. They got to come out. Yes, Lisa, she's on the job, baby. That's my girl. Let's go. So, where we at with this delay solve and what it could cost?
So, HBM is high bandwidth memory.
There we go. Thank y'all, man. I didn't know what the hell they was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, they never said. We just assumed it would be first quarter because they said early 2026, right? So they kind of left that open. So, you know, them saying, hey, it's more like the first half now. Yeah, and I'm glad they were honest about it, right? Because you just say, oh, they could have come out and be like, oh, we just said we didn't say first quarter. We just said, early, right? And anything before June, I guess, constitutes early instead of midpoint. But, yeah, I mean, I think when they started to look at the conversations around price, the idea that I think maybe going in, they thought that, hey, the person that's already in Steam, that when we look at the Steam hardware survey has, however, what percentage of Steam users have, a PC that is, much less powerful than what the Steam machine can do. They looked at that and were like, hey, this is going to do well. This is going to do well. We don't have to necessarily worry. And we could price it more in line of what a quote unquote PC would be of equal power and not worry so much. Obviously now with the RAM situation, that has changed where they have to sort of reassess that. And if anything, or if they're not necessarily reassessing the price, but reassessing when they release and hoping that this stuff sort of levels off in a way that whatever price they put on these components doesn't look super egregious. I think that's where their dilemma lies, because ultimately, I don't think they have the problem of, hey, we can't delay this much longer because the hardware is going to look that much older by the time, if we hold on to it for a year or whatever the case may be. Because the Steam machine was never going to be, it was always seeking to hit that middle ground where they look at the Steam hardware surveys and were like, hey, the majority of people have something that is weaker than this. Yeah. So if we give them this at a reasonable price, they'll flock to it. So, for me, it's them trying to figure out what this price point looks like and when it would be best for them to sort of put that out there and release where it doesn't look like they're trying to rob people blind, right? And not absorbing any of those costs or things of that nature. But ultimately, I don't think it, when you think about like, Switch did this as well, right? A Switch release or maybe a PlayStation or Xbox release, delaying those consoles too much is never necessarily a good thing, because then you start getting lapped in terms of tech, right? But I mean, in Xbox One generation, they came out, they were both severely underpowered machines, even though the PlayStation 4 was more powerful. They're both severely underpowered machines. So it isn't necessarily anything new, but I just think, for them, I just think they looked at the market and were like, yeah, you know what? The people that are like, we're buying this no matter what, it kind of, to me, they saw it as like, oh, they might be iffy now. Right. If we put this out there at a price that does not seem reasonable for what we're giving them. And again, we had this discussion a long time ago where it felt like when you look at, where it stands spec-wise comparable to a PlayStation 5, it's below that, right? Yeah. So when you start looking at what consoles are costing now, and you're talking about, no, it's still going to be priced like a PC, then you're looking at this thing to be minimum of $1,000 for something that isn't as powerful as a PlayStation 5, but does other things. Right. And isn't as powerful as a PlayStation 5, quote unquote, raw power, right? Obviously, this is going to have upscaling technology and things of that nature to, again, make it punch above its weight. So, it's weird to see Gabe in this sort of situation, because Gabe is on an island unto himself, right? Like I know King we had conversations about he was beholden to other things, but at the end of the day, Valve is kind of very isolated in this. They're not a publicly traded company. This is Gabe's call.
They don't have to appease to anyone. They just have to appease to Gabe.
Yeah. So this is Gabe's call. So again, for him to be paying attention to this I think it means a great deal to the consumer that he's paying attention to this and not necessarily just putting it out there and being like, pay for it and whatever. So we'll see. We'll see, what the price point ultimately is. We'll see when it drops, if it does still stay in that, that first half, or if it gets pushed out further. So we'll see. But it wasn't something that I was planning to get anyway, so it doesn't really affect me. No, I'm not getting it. This again, it would be another component that sits under a TV and collects dust. So the most thing I was interested in it was the frame, to see again, like we talked about earlier, how it would compare to a MetaQuest 3 and whatever else might be coming down the pipeline. It's again.
He said, "I'm good.
I'm good.
All right, Addict, man. Steam machine looks like it's delaying. Looks like this pricing will be affected, but still coming. But where you at with this? I know you're a fan of Steam.
You never get to go before. You always go last. You go next.
You know what I mean? Oh, okay. I don't think the PC Master Race gonna like me if I go. But I said, I gotta invoke King, man. Who is this for? Like I went from so excited from seeing this to like, nah, I'm definitely good. Because here's the thing, like, all right, if it was 500, 600, I still wasn't that interested because I'm like, okay, Steam Deck kind of does that. It's just now underneath the PC. Form factor looks beautiful. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And we love Steam, but it's just like, bro, like, first let's talk games. Like, from a game standpoint, you ain't got no GTA 6. You ain't got no major third-party games. You got the anti-cheat. You forced with the Linux. I'm already good on you on that. Right. That's the reason why I went away from the Steam Deck, because I'm just like I can't play Destiny. I can't play certain things. So I'm just like, yeah, if you're in this ecosystem and you love Steam, it's for you. Yes. But that is so niche within the thing. And how many did the Steam Deck sold? Did it do over 5?
Steam? 10? Yeah, for sure it did.
So I'm like, bro, who is this for? Like, I'm like, and now you talking, you a grand plus maybe with PlayStation 4 to 5 specs. People talk about I'll get Xbox Magnus any day of the week over this. And Xbox Magnus got Steam on it. So it's just like, for me, like, what games I'm playing on this? Like, what am I doing with this?
So
like,
right
besides
now
that it look cute.
They're looking at a range of 4 to 8 million units sold. So that's a big.
Oh yeah, Tony Tybridge. You cannot play Destiny on Steam Deck. Yes, they do not allow the anti-cheat. That was my main reason for getting ROG Ally, because I was like, oh, Steam Deck, let's go. Got the Steam Deck day one. Destiny said, Buddy said, if you launch that, we are voiding your joint on Steam Deck. It never came. None of the Xbox Game Pass stuff. None of the stream. I was like, oh no. Then every popular game, you can't play Fortnite on that. You can't play nothing major popping on that. So from a game,
none of the Sinister Six.
None of this. Like, who is this for? So again, this is a very bespoke group who is like, I love this ecosystem. I'm gonna stay here as an extension of that.
And that's a lot of people, but at the same time, a lot of those people already have rigs. They already have ways of playing it. Like,
give me Xbox Magnus all day, every day. At least I'm gonna get my Xbox console experience with multiple storefronts and including this joint. So it's just like that already made it my price of admission for $1,000 better than this. So I feel for them though, because I would assume that they wanted to come in at that smooth 5 to 6. Right, get in there.
If that's where they wanted to, but these prices got them out of that range.
I feel
they
for
need to
them.
wait.
Yeah,
to me, that's the only way you're successful with this sucker.
Yeah, that's the only way. Shout out to Richie.
You're gonna release this to nobody.
That literally is the reason why I got a ROG Ally when I went to them, because I was like, multiple storefronts. I can play Xbox games. I could have downloaded games from their store without no streaming, because they Steam Deck guys like, oh yeah, you could stream your Xbox games. I was like, I'm not doing it. And then Xbox never even really fully supported it. They promised that it would happen. It never happened. Just the streaming didn't happen. So I was just like, nah, I'm good. But I'm sorry, you were gonna say something. Sorry, you was about to ask me something. I felt he's gonna ask
it just feels. But then you have I call them the Steam OS weirdos, the Steam weirdos, where it's like there is this narrative out there that is like, they want Steam OS to be the OS, like they want it to be it, and I'm like, don't get me wrong,
and it could be
fire.
it could be it, over there.
To the left. Look, it is unquestionably the best OS from a stability standpoint, from a feature standpoint, I love the way they handle offline games, like stability, security. Yes. I'm just worried about the playing of games and what games, the major popular games, do not hit this platform. And that's a problem for me. I cannot be excluded because I have to be locked into your joint.
And not to mention, like, if you're trying to play like a console, semi-console experience, you're still linked with just multiplayer games. You're not getting linked with console people. You're going to get linked with PC people. So It's just to me, the only way this works is if they treat this like the console aspect of Steam. You have the PC aspect of Steam. They all work together.
Right.
You got the console aspect of Steam. You got the handheld aspect of Steam. They're all treated differently, but they work out of the same ecosystem. Yeah,
no, I get it. Stu Jersey's pushing back. He says major games come to Steam. No, I get what y'all saying, but it's just like, I don't like...
The games that run the industry do not come to Steam.
Yeah, there's still a lot of friction with certain things, and then the anti-cheat stuff.
No Fortnite, no Rocket League, no GTA's on it. I mean, and then you got to think, like, once again, Steam doesn't, like, at least Xbox make games. It might not be exclusive. Steam don't even really make games. So at any time, most likely that, people have tried, so I doubt it would happen. At any time, a publisher could wake up, I don't want my games on here. I want my 30%. Now, they've tried and they've failed, but it doesn't necessarily mean they won't try again in the future.
Now, I will say this, though. I will say this.
Talk to us.
If the rumored Half-Life whatever.
Half-Life, yeah, I know that's baddie joy. You're like, yeah, I know, you got lit.
If that is like, hey, launching day and date.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
And it's not on anywhere but Steam,
Huge.
Which is the likelihood. I see this, regardless of price, I see it selling more, right? Obviously, if you have a rig already, it doesn't really matter.
Facts.
But if he decides to do some sort of whatever, bundle it or whatever the case may be, you will get more sales than you might,
for sure.
in a bad situation. Like,
let's see, because one of the biggest things that I'm looking at too is.
Hold on, let me come at Stu Jersey. He popping off. He like, yeah. He said, Xbox wants to get games free. Now Steve doesn't get a few titles. Now Steve is not good. Look, Steve is fine. All I'm saying is we're gonna keep it a buck, Stu Jersey.
He's saying games that run the industry is not on there.
Right.
You can get 90% of the games, but if you get the 10% that generate 80% of the money in the industry, you might as well not get those 90 games.
That's all. And what I'm saying is, Stu, is what is it, November 19th drop? When that GTA 6 drop and it's not on PC and you sitting there waiting, you meaning to tell me people are not going to buy consoles for that game is sitting there going to save the console industry, the fact that it's exclusive to consoles and you're going to have to wait maybe a year to 2 years before a version of what goes to Steam.
If Gabe was even remotely serious about that console doing anything, he would have been on the phone with Rockstar a year and a half ago and said, what do we got to do for you to release on PC day and date with
like, bro, like people are not, they'd be like, yo, we over there, we getting that PlayStation Xbox for that because that GTA 6, we ain't missing that, bro. Like that's all we said. That we talk about the heavy hitters, you got that waiting period.
You're saying exclusives are important, right?
No
one has never said exclusives aren't important.
Yeah.
Like we said that Microsoft doesn't think exclusives are important.
Yeah, Microsoft Gaming definitely does not. Baby, that's all I got on that. I just had to be a little messy. I know you're mad at me, Steve, bro.
That's pretty much everything I had to say.
No doubt. Let's get this shit about it.
We gotta pay these bills.
Oh,
I'm gonna do the paid bills. We just moving quickly.
That's moving quick. That's what it is. Okay.
Let me see. We don't have that many super chats. We just no. Let me get the super chats first.
Gotcha.
Let me see. Sagging Nutsack, £2 super chat. Definitely, if Game Pass is gone, I'm out. So he's answering that previous question.
Oh, he's standing on business.
Yeah, Game Pass is the only thing keeping people on that platform now. If
Even
Game
with
Pass
the
is gone, it's a wrap. No, even if it's $30, you could still just they dropping one game I want. I'm gonna pop this 30, play everything I want to, and leave next month or maybe the month after that. Like
that's right. He's standing on business. Salute.
Then we have Robert Kellett, $2 super chat. Horizon is the avatar of gaming. Yes, I think that is kind of a good way to like. It does amazingly well But if you ask people, the sentiment around is like, it's all right.
Shout out to my man, Mr. Batman. He go hard. He's like, okay, what you say? Horizon is fire. So there's some people that go real hard for it, man.
No, I think Horizon. There's a reason that look. Sony wouldn't do what Sony does with PlayStation and Horizon if it wasn't profitable to a huge margin. They keep pumping money into that because they're making a lot of money doing it.
Yeah.
We are clearly the minority when it comes to Horizon.
I won't. The only thing I will say is that I do feel they have the ultimate advocate in the building when the studio head got promoted to be like run Sony at one point.
The thing is homeboy that came through. When he was canceling all those games, he chose not to cancel this stuff.
Yeah, he just had these wasn't safe.
We'll just keep this in here. So it's just like I do think that that Square, not Square. I do think they themselves do like this game, like the company as a whole. Because the moment Homeboy took over, in my personal opinion, they'd replaced this game. This game's it's done.
Yeah. All right. Then we have Sack and Nutsack again, £10 super chat. I believe this is built for console players, but the price definitely has to come down to a reasonable price for console players to actually consider this. PC players definitely won't buy this. I think, and that's the problem, because I don't think it's marketed to console players.
Who's it for?
Like, if you're a console player that has a Series X or PlayStation 5, you already have a more powerful piece of hardware. So what is it for then? If you want as an inroads into PC and you've never been on PC, maybe sure, because it's something that's familiar to you. It's like, oh, it looks like a console. Okay, cool, I can do this. But I think it's more like you got the Steam hardware survey is a very big deal to them because it tells them where people are playing and at what power level that they're playing. And when their whole idea was like, let's build something that's reasonably priced, quote unquote, that gives them something that's a few levels higher or more powerful than what the majority of Steam players have in their home. That's the thinking. I think the console stuff, the console player stuff, is an afterthought.
I agree. I think
it's an afterthought.
This is for people who are already in the ecosystem who want an extension for it. That's it. They're gonna get any new players or any new people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't see this as a mass market console adopting device.
In order for that to be a mass market console device, there's a lot of variables that Gabe needs to handle, and I don't think Gabe's interested in handling.
Correct.
Exactly. You would need to price it better than what consoles are priced right now. B, have a sort of mass market sort of plan in place to sell this in stores in a way that Steam, Valve is not that big to be like, we're gonna ship this to Best Buy and we're gonna ship this to here. That's not what they are.
Bro, you can't even get this fax. I forgot about that. Solve you cooking. The fact that this will not be at any major retail and only online, you have to know about it. The casual Joe ain't gonna be knowing about this.
We legitimately thought that they actually might be trying to compete, but then we got more information.
Yeah, I was like, I had to shut this down. I was like, this is not doing anything.
I will say, he was 100%
right on this. Yeah, factually.
Because he from the start, he's like, this ain't nothing.
He like triple plastic. Who this for?
And it's not like me and Cog were saying it was something. We said from the beginning, it just depends on whether or not they take this serious. And the lie detector test came back. It determined they are not taking this serious.
They stay where in their same pocket.
It's staying in their pocket. And then we have a Grape Mongoose, $2 super chat. I could wait for GTA 6 on PC. I have other games. Yeah, I've gotten this response from a couple of PC players. Like, now we don't have FOMO. Like, but you can't. I was generalizing, and then you generalize in return. I get it.
That's cap.
When that zeitgeist hit of Rockstar. Man, we know.
I know I couldn't wait. I don't know what anybody.
Bruh. And he PC Master Race to the death. Like, we can't get solved to play a console copy if he has the option.
It's okay to be like, yo, I'm disappointed that it's not coming. It's another thing to say that it's not important.
It is. Yo, GTA 6 is going to be the event of the year.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
To the point where I was told by people that make content for a living If you're not going to make content on GTA at the end
suicide.
of the year, don't even make content.
Yeah,
and speaking on that subject real quick, last week, some people's comments about our discussions around GTA and me saying
mad at you.
and me saying that it might
Comment
come in
boys was on you.
relatively soft. I'm like,
Defend
y'all don't
yourself.
listen. Y'all don't listen. How many times did I say relative? Relative. What does that mean? To the environment that we are in today. I'm not saying it won't blow
That means
past
it's going to sell
GTA
crazy, but maybe not with GTA 5.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Play yourself.
Even over the same, that could be applied to like over the same amount of time. Be like, hey, it's selling slower.
Right.
I'm not saying GTA 6 in a tank.
You said it was gonna flop. Solve is wrong.
I'm like, man, I swear to God,
Stop
bro,
console
I
warning.
can't.
I'm just repeating what our fans said. That's all. That's the feedback.
King, we need you back, man. We need you back. We need King. I can't deal with this in and out cog. I need King here.
King is more level headed than Cog.
Oh my God.
When are you ever gonna say that? But yeah, I was like, you know what? I need to stop reading comments because I've been pissing me off with this.
Not happy with you.
Oh my God. Anyway, so let me see. You have anything else? Let me see. Oh, damn. Okay. No, that's it. We're good.
All right, cool. Then we got to pay
We're
bills.
good. Let's pay the bills. Let's pay the bills. Give me a moment. Everybody mute your mic. All right. New year, big goals, and no time to cook? Factor makes it easy with fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs so you can eat well without the shopping or cooking. For me, New Year's resolutions notwithstanding, I am always working. So unfortunately, it's a little difficult for me to stay on top of my nutrition the way that I should. One thing I can say for sure is that my wife always makes sure that I walk out of this house with my breakfast, lunch, and dinner in tow. And she does all of this while also being a working professional. What that means is that at the end of every single week, you have two very tired individuals looking for ways to spend less time in the kitchen and more time enjoying life. In comes Factor Meals. We started using Factor well over a year ago, and I'm pleased to report that it is still a hit. We've been able to cut our prep time in half by replacing half of our monthly meals with Factor, and it has been great. We usually still like to prepare our own breakfast, but whether it's lunch or dinner, the meals are fresh, they're varied, they're healthy, and easy to prepare. Just heat them up for a few minutes, and we're done. And my wife and I can enjoy our weekends once again. So, what actually goes into each and every Factor meal? You have quality, functional ingredients, including lean proteins, colorful veggies, whole food ingredients, and healthy fats. You have no refined sugars, no artificial sweeteners, no refined seed oils, so you get meals that fit your goals and schedule so you can be on the road to healthier eating, calorie management, and more protein in your diet. My absolute favorite meal is the mushroom bordelaise filet mignon. I'm a carnivore through and through, and nothing is more appealing to me than a beautifully cooked piece of steak and cheesy mashed potatoes with broccoli and bacon. My mouth is watering as we speak. You also get an insane amount of variety with Factor meals with 100 rotating weekly meals. With options that include high protein, calorie smart, Mediterranean diet, GLP-1 support, and ready-to-eat salads. Plus, the new Muscle Pro collection supports strength and recovery. Factor meals are also really convenient. They're always fresh, they're never frozen, and ready in about 2 minutes. No prep, no stress. So guys, like I said before, if you're someone who has their entire weekend consumed by meal prep, or you just want to eat healthier without the fuss of cooking, Factor is a game changer. It gave me my weekends back, it changed my eating habits, and it can do the same for you. So, head on over to factormeals.com/IronLords50 and use code IronLords50 to get 50% off your first Factor box plus free breakfast for 1 year. This offer is only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Make healthier eating easy with Factor.
Yes, sir. Get those succulent, mouth-watering meals from Factor. What's that steak? What we doing? The filet mignon? What we doing with Factor?
Bordelaise filet mignon, mushroom bordelaise. Oh, it's so good. You know when you get beastie and you order like multiples of the same one.
Yo, the same joint.
And it's funny because my wife at first she was like, I don't want this one. You can order however many you want. I don't want this one. And then she sees me eating and she's like, let me see that. Oh, the mashed potatoes. I'm like, dude, this is mine.
And then she starts eating yours and you have to order more.
No, and that's the thing, because she
son.
works mostly from home, right? She works mostly from home. So I come in, I'm like, am I missing some of these? Like,
Your choice is gone, son.
she's like, yeah,
son.
I tried one for lunch multiple days.
Multiple days.
Like,
Bro, get that free. Yeah, he said, Cord Waiter, he said he's succulating. Yeah, man. Factormeals.com/ILords50. I put the link in the chat. And again, get that 50%. We still get the free breakfast for the year. Or, you know what I'm saying? All that. The breakfast is lit. I'm telling y'all, the pancakes, the chicken sausage is lit. The oatmeal is lit. Like a lot of stuff. They got the fruit juices and all that. Very succulent, very mouth-watering. Yeah. He said he don't share his food. A little beefy. That. Yo, I'm done. Anyway,
yeah.
we are good. We all
We
caught
got
up.
one more. We got a couple more super chats. We have Robert Kellett, $2 super chat. So it's General Beefy now?
General Beefy in the building. I had to invoke my bro King. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all send some well wishes to him. I had to hold him down and console war a little bit with y'all.
Then we have Sack and Nutsack once again, £2 super chat. Honestly, I think GTA is the most overrated game. Yeah, a lot of people feel that way too. Yeah, people feel that way.
Look, I'll be the first to say I'm not some GTA hardcore guy like that, but I know when big GTA come out.
I love GTA, but I love Red Dead more.
GTA can still be overrated and still be the biggest game in history.
Facts.
Yeah.
That part. What else?
That's it. We are caught up.
No doubt. Again, thank you for everybody pulling up in the realm on a Super Bowl Sunday, trying to get you up out of here quick. Again, please, whatever y'all do, hit up bro King David. He's not feeling well. He really called out last minute call out. So go
he
check
never
him.
does
Yeah,
that.
that's
He
not
never
like
does.
him,
That's
so-
not like him. He was ready to go.
If King's missing, we know at least 2
We
or 3 days.
know he is not feeling well. So, hit him up. Some love, because he definitely wanted to get these topics off. And again, we were with him on Friday with some great I Am Lords After Dark episodes that we got cooking. So go check that out. And man, Lord Addict, where can find you? What you got going on?
You follow me on Twitter, Lord Addict ILP. So here's the thing when it comes to like Requiem. I'm probably going to stream that game. I'm really excited to play Requiem. I have been playing Village off stream because I'm going to start streaming stuff that I like. I'm going to be real with you guys. I got to take breaks on like, my anxiety just be killing me. So.
You got to play it in VR, Addict. That's what you got to do.
Hell
For-
no.
for the
You definitely got to do a
masses.
VR for the culture.
Nah.
For the culture, you got to do that.
I'd rather pluck my
Gotta
eyeballs
stream
out.
your death on
See,
live.
you-
I'd rather pluck my eyeballs
I
out.
got the quest ready for you, baby. Ready to get you Resident Evil in this.
I'm blind. Someone help me. So you'll get that. Gonna go ahead and I am doing more like I call them addict revisits, where I revisit older games.
Nice. I like
My
that.
first one was Crackdown 3.
Oh, wow.
So,
wow.
if you guys want to go check that out, check that out.
Nice.
I think I'm gonna
Nice.
revisit some of the older games too. I don't know, figure it out. Got to figure out a good format that works for it. Got a couple reviews coming out this month, so I hope you guys enjoy that.
Nice.
I think so. Who should we send them to? I'm going to send you guys a list, okay? And you guys tell me which ones we should send them to. Fighting Cowboy,
Cowboy in the building.
Review
Salute.
Tech USA 2.
Wow, Retech. Wow.
He's streaming Castlevania
Mm-hmm.
or
What's Cowboy
Xbox
streaming?
Era. Neo 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, put the chat where I want to go. I'm down for whatever. Let the realm pick.
Who we send them to out of those 3?
I'm sorry. You said Cowboy and who else?
Cowboy, Review Tech
Cowboy,
USA.
Review Tech,
or Xbox Era.
Xbox Era.
What's Xbox Era doing?
Yeah, what
They're
is streaming?
streaming same thing they were streaming last year. Month.
I think we
did.
said, in fairness, we did send
We sent them
Xbox
last
last
week,
week, so
didn't
we should give someone
So
else.
just,
a
yeah, go to Cowboy.
Go to Cowboy, yeah, I would say. No doubt. Yeah, it's all where can I find people find you? What you got going on?
You try to find me trying to play games. We'll see what happens. Playing with my sticks. Pause. Also trying to play some Village. Get through. Just want to get through Village before Requiem comes out.
Yes.
And we'll see if that happens. Doubtful, but that's what I'll be trying to play. And Karn. I'm trying to play some Karn.
Yes, no doubt. Of course, Lord Cognitive, appreciate y'all coming through. Appreciate it. Again, make sure y'all get sort of ILP Factors was also linked in the description. Make sure y'all go to advanced.gg. This is the last day. Use code IronLord30 for 30% off. We got new chalices. We got the 26-inch. We got the 30-inch. No pause. And we got a lot of other things on our partner page. It's pinned in the top of this chat as well as in the description. And again, if you're trying to eat healthy, get your factor meals and all that stuff. So we appreciate health is wealth, man, for sure. I gotta put the health is wealth emoji on, because we definitely try to support good eating and health as gamers and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's all I got.
Definitely don't lead as the example.
Yeah, well, I definitely fell off the wagon last night. I'm trying to do better, but it was cold. It was nothing to eat.
Homeboy ain't McDonald's.
Listen, man, I
Small
craved.
Sunday, you
I
will
had
be off the wagon all
I
weekend.
had a fish fillet.
But to be fair, he
6
did
months.
at least he didn't eat like a Big Mac or something.
You know what I'm saying? I had a
He
fish
chose
fillet.
some of the healthier
Yeah,
stuff that's
I
on.
fell off the
That's
wagon,
it, bro.
I
can
used my
smell-
ninja. Yeah, you can smell it.
My wife is making rice and beans and fried chicken. I can smell it. I can smell it right now.
Roscoe Boy and all that. Oh, shout out to
Yeah, some
Ariel
fried
Knight
chicken.
in the building.
Shout out to Ariel
Salute.
Knight.
Appreciate you, bro. No doubt. Drop shot coming soon. We're gonna work
Yes,
together to do
yes.
something on that, man. And again, I wish I was around next week to talk to you, but I will be at DICE. But yeah, man, we definitely go support the homie Ariel Knight. He's got another game out, man. Drop shot. We're gonna do something, even if at minimum. Oh, check the inbox. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Got you. At minimum, we'll have you for a cameo. On one of the next ILPs right around release, and let you talk about your new project, brother. I'm super proud of you. You got so many things cooking. You know what I'm saying, and it's super dope. Also, I'm gonna be very political. Like I said, it's very dope how much people you influence in the games industry. And I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it at that because it shows you, brother, you are powerful, and what you have done has inspired others to create. But we want to give a recognition to the OGs, the original, the people who create and innovate to bring forth other ideas. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. That's my man. Shout out to Iron Rook Addict. What do you mean you're not the example? Oh, Iron Rook, your trade is on you.
Folks. Back
It's
to
on
you,
your
Kyle.
trade. Oh, that Mountain Dew, he got you, son. He got you. Anyway, we're out of here. Again, send some love to the king. Send him some well wishes. He can feel better. And we everybody enjoy your Sunday. Go Patriots. I'm frauding. And catch you later on the next one. Peace.